to come in on, huh?
Yep. I nearly started it just as he said that. Nice.
Hey, Jordan, how long are you gonna be in NC?
Literally 7 days. Well, 7 days and 6 hours.
Cool. So you're going back next Friday, next Saturday?
Saturday. I leave.
Okay.
I leave at 8 a.m. tomorrow, and I come back at 6 p.m. on the Saturday after.
Are you going to the fair at all?
Probably not.
Probably not. Okay.
I mean, maybe. Not sure. Not sure exactly, but it probably not. I have
that's
a very
cool.
packed time.
Yeah, and I understand. Yeah, I'm going. Actually, I meant to tell Ren that I'm not going to be here next Friday. I'm going to a concert at the fair.
That's fine.
Next Friday night.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm not going to be
sister.
here simply because, yeah.
You guys have fun.
Okay, thanks, Caleb.
No problem. Winnie the Pooh. Have a good time.
You too. Okay, Ara has not told me that he's going to be late, so I'm just going to go ahead and start the session without him. Last time on Dragon Ball Z.
No.
Goku fought.
More screaming. Okay.
So wait, does this mean the next 16 episodes are just going to be us powering up?
Yeah,
Yep.
I mean, probably. I think that's where we're sitting right now.
And discussing how we're going to do it.
Oh.
Okay, I got my dice.
I will, for record, be in and out this evening as I'm currently packing.
Okay.
I will
try to
make it
bring-
clear when I am and am not here.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Exactly what I needed. Okay. Now, time to sit back, relax, and play some D&D. Last time, all of you.
I'm sorry,
Hey.
I was ordering pizza.
About time.
Just in time. Just in time. Pizza sounds amazing, Heather. You'll go get pizza for me.
No,
Since I'm
you
your,
go get
since
it.
I'm. I guess we're not having supper. All right. So.
Too bad. I'm not gonna miss the RP session. Go fuck yourself.
I wasn't going to do this session without you.
Dang.
Yeah, she's violent. Last time on our sessions here, you guys had narrowly escaped the clutches of death, thanks to some quick thinking, some lucky rolls, some potentially game-breaking artifacts. I'm sorry, world-breaking. We'll just leave it at world-breaking. And there were a couple of interesting interactions. Escaped from Azakil. I would say unharmed, but that would be a lie.
I have a question,
Yes.
and I'm going to put this in everyone's mind. I'm really sorry. So, Azakil knew where ALR was, and ALR was under a non-detection spell. So, I'm kind of thinking that this non-detection doesn't mean shit to him.
I'm not going to confirm or deny anything.
Fucking Aura and his conspiracy board fucking
Literally, he told us
yarn
that
everywhere.
I can only
out
imagine
of
that Aura.
character, he had a living, breathing tracker on Oz. You keep
No,
that.
I
That's
know.
true.
But ALR doesn't. ALR is just under the effects of non-detection. And we're like, we need to put non-detection on ourselves. And then I stopped and thought, and I was like, now that everything's fine, it's like, this doesn't do shit.
Do you know for a fact that ALR doesn't have a living, breathing tracker on him?
I mean, I guess not, no.
All right. So,
Fuck.
you arrived in
I'll just pin this
Hillsfar.
here.
Aura's just over here with a wall of pins.
I was gonna say, have you? Hold on, I got a picture for this.
Yeah, you need to link it. Okay. So
There is no
you
time to
arrived
be
in
solo.
Hillsfar after escaping from Azakil, after Ori absorbed what was left of Atir's essence. All of you seem to have been connected to this essence, a thread of it at least, by your respective gods. Zuma being brought in after being smacked in the face with Thor's axe, which is pretty cool.
Not really.
It's pretty. It's
Very
pretty dope.
cool. Shut up. It's very cool.
I mean, out of
As
character it
being
was.
brought in on the Bifrost, but after arriving in Hillsfar, there were a couple of quick exchanges that that happened. That is totally Lili. Number one, Lili banished a random commoner, the repercussions of which we don't know. Number two, Groin punched Lili in the head as a fire elemental, and Val banished him, only temporarily.
You
But
did kind
this
of knock
seemed-
her daughter unconscious.
But this seemed to have triggered something somewhere, and Groin has now found his way to a rather peaceful part of the city called the Emerald Enclave, where the druids of the Emerald Enclave have had this portion of the city dedicated to nature, where people can live and still interact with the rest of the city and still have commerce and trade, but they do it in a way that's symbiotic with nature rather than parasitic. Oz, well,
That's me.
Oz was asking around about a guy named Dario. He knew he had to kill him, but he's not sure where or why. And then, you found out while completely and totally shit-faced drunk that Dario may or may not be the Viscount of the city. And you're not sure exactly how the political structure of the city works, but Viscount's usually a fairly important title. You have introduced yourself to a guard as the Viscount's friend, and the guard has then taken you to a lovely, extremely comfortable cell. The is implied, and you've got food and water, and a shit bucket and a bench. That's about all there is. They did not take your items. They did not take your belongings. They simply escorted you to the cell, put you in the cell, locked it, and said, "All right, buddy, calm down. It's gonna be okay," and left you there. Although, with you singing a lovely bunch of coconuts, you have started noticing that the guard at the very front entrance to this very small jail has also started singing with you. Eve, Lili, and the rest of you made your way all to Eve's house where you met her mother, Lenora, and had yourselves a nice little dinner, a bath, all that good stuff. And then got as shit-faced drunk. Well, some of you got as shit-faced drunk as you possibly could. And following morning, with everybody having had a full rest, is where we pick up. All of you feel different today. Considering some of you died, that might not surprise you. But each and every one of you that slept, I imagine, Oz, did you sleep?
Oh yeah, I would have to eventually. I'm assuming I just would have passed out.
Yeah, probably, especially as drunk as you were. Each and every one of you that slept had a different dream last night, and your dreams were unique. They were mostly abstract. It's hard to define any meaning from what you saw. But all of them were visions of different things. Some of you saw fires over a landscape. Some of you saw armies of undead marching on a city. Some of you saw gigantic metal structures in the air, dropping these huge circular objects, raining fire down below them. And
World War
Eve,
II? Hello?
you saw Eve, you saw raven and crows and buzzards. And I mean, that was all that you saw. The skies were so filled with scavengers hunting for carrion that you couldn't see anything else. But other than that, the visions were abstract and difficult to discern. And you wake today feeling a bit of a spark within you, a kind of renewed vigor, although I'm sure most of you are still exhausted. And we pick up with Lili, Eve, Zuma. What are you guys all doing?
You already know what I'm doing.
I mean, sure. Have you told anybody?
I plan to leave a note with Jeff and see if Shadow Scale wanted to come with or stay and sleep for like another few hours.
Okay. Shadow Scale. How early are you getting up? Precisely.
An hour before dawn.
Okay, yeah. Shadow Scale is just in bed, and she kind of recognizes the importance of what you might be doing right now, and she leaves you to it. She goes back to sleep.
Okay, and then I'm just gonna take Zara.
Okay.
Leave a note with Jeff just in case if anybody asks.
Okay. In
Yeah.
the.
Sorry.
Go ahead.
I was just gonna say Lili would be up like as the moon was setting. So.
Okay.
Oh, and I would have cast Lesser Restoration on myself before going to sleep because fuck hangovers.
Okay. Eve, are you trying to be stealthy about exiting the house at all?
I'm trying to be quiet, not to wake anybody up, but I'm not being really stealthy about it.
Okay, got you. So Lili's already awake. Exiting out of your house into the cool dawn, not even dawn, morning air here. You remember the way to the phrase, but it's been a while. Roll me a quick survival.
Nope.
It takes you until the break of dawn, the better part of an hour, maybe an hour and a half, to locate the house that you once, quite a while back, at the very, very beginning of this journey, entered into. It's dark. It doesn't seem that anybody's awake.
I'm gonna go up to the door and knock on it.
Okay. That's fine. A few moments pass before finally a face appears at the door as it cracks open. Hello?
Female or male?
Male. You recognize him immediately?
Mr. Frey?
It-
It's Eve.
Is that you? Come in. And he kind of swings the door open a little wider and motions for you to come in.
I go in.
You have news. I can tell. I can see it on your face.
Yeah, I do. It's been a while, but
We've been hoping to see either you or Jericho.
I know. Is your wife up?
Yeah. Laney, get in here. And you hear somebody kind of scrounging around in the kitchen, and she comes at you. Yeah.
I take out the necklace, the letter, and the map in which I had roughly sketched where his body is. And I hand her the letter.
Laney kind of stalks forward and takes the letter gently. She reads it over once while Tyrion kind of stares down at the necklace. He seems to have grasped the implications of this almost immediately, but as Laney begins crying, he goes over and hugs her close. And he's stoic, bold-faced. How'd he die?
He took a job headed towards Waterdeep and what's that other city?
Down near Baldur's Gate?
Yeah, Baldur's Gate.
I told him to stay away from those places. I told him it was gonna get him killed.
There was something killing people along the road. He was trying to get rid of it.
Did you? Did somebody at least get it?
I don't know.
Do we know what it was?
The description was vague on the notice, if I remember right. Can always go back and see, and I
He
can tell you.
kind of sighs, and Lainey, after just a brief cry, she's kind of just holding the letter, and she goes and sits down in this little chair that she has off to the side, and she's just holding the letter close.
I took him and his party that went, and I buried them.
We'll go get them. They'll bring them back home.
I know.
I'm sorry you had to do that.
This is the part I was dreading the most. I've seen things.
And you can see his upper lips kind of starting to quiver a little bit now, and he just goes over and kind of stands behind Lainey and basically just holds her head to him, nods.
I'll let
I
you
think we'll be over later sometime.
Here's a map I drew, and I hand it to him. And
He takes it.
and I hand over the necklace.
Yeah, he takes the necklace and he looks at it. And... Do you think he hurt?
He's lost lots of you guys.
All right. Thank you for bringing us this.
You're welcome.
And I'm sorry.
No, I'm sorry. I should have protested a little bit.
And kind of, you can see him starting to. All the defenses are just kind of, the layers are just gone at this point, and he's just crying, and then he comes over and he just gives you this big hug.
I kind of eep, but I give him a hug back. You guys.
I think we need some time.
Yes. Take your time. Don't
Yeah.
rush your mourning process.
No, I don't think there's gonna be a mourning process today. All right. I'm gonna see if we can arrange for transport to get down here and maybe bring him home. We'll probably be over by your house later.
Okay.
Thank you.
I'll see you guys around.
And he kind of turns back to Lainey, who's now just, she's broken down, and they're both just broken right now. You can tell that they almost knew what was coming, but didn't want to admit it. And with conclusive proof in front of them, you can't really, they have moved on from the denial stage.
I make my leave.
Okay. Whew, all right. And you exit. I'm assuming you're headed back to your house?
Yeah.
Okay. You well enough know the way back. Lili, what were you doing? I think Ara's still AFK.
No.
Oh,
That wasn't AFK. Sorry, I muted my mic, so I was playing with the ball.
got you.
Playing with the ball.
I was bouncing off the wall. I was thinking. Anyway. Is Val up?
Yeah, she woke up early.
First off, would I have seen Eve leave?
More than likely, you would have at least heard it, if not seen it.
Does she have a yard?
Yeah, she's got a small yard. It's not terribly large or anything, but she is kind of upper middle class.
Okay. All right. Okay. In that case, no, that'd probably wait. I'd probably, while like watching the moon set, she'd be spraying the saloon and asking, I guess what the plan is.
The messages you get back are a little more vague than maybe you would like, but she seems distracted at the moment.
I mean, fair.
Yeah, and she just tells you to be patient, wait, and rest here, kind of recoup your strength for right now, and that maybe something will come to light soon.
Okay.
The path forward has not revealed itself, and that you must wait for guidance.
Okay. In that case, Lili, we go talk to Val. We'll go find Val, I guess.
Okay. She is in the house currently. She has this little. It's a terribly large cup of tea, and she's just sipping from it. Not really even sipping from it. She's barely even picking it up off the table. She's kind of just dipping her mouth into it, and just being like, You can just tell she is Dunzo Manifesto incarnate at this point. She looks absolutely exhausted. In fact, she actually has 1 point of exhaustion right now.
Did she not rest?
She did rest, but she cast a spell yesterday that accrues a point of exhaustion. But she already had a point of exhaustion before that. She cast the combined spell.
Oh.
Well, she tried, but just trying to cast it accrues a point of exhaustion.
Well, all right then.
Yep.
Is this a bad time?
No, I'm good. I'm good. I'm just collecting my thoughts and trying not to worry too much. It's better to think than to worry.
I can respect that. I agree. And she's gonna sit down like next door. Do you remember what we talked about before we left for the mountain?
You'll have to refresh my memory.
Well, I wanted you to come with me because this is very important. I didn't know how important it was at the time.
I'm very glad I came now.
Yeah, I am too. But no, the reason I wanted you to come with me is I know you're not a very religious person, and I want to bring religious research kind of. Why did you roll? I'm scared.
Don't worry about it. I roll for a lot of things.
You're just like mid talk, like hold on, roll.
No. I needed that roll for something. Don't worry about it.
Don't worry about it. Says the DM.
Continue.
No, I wanted to bring like the Lyceum. I'm sorry. At the Lyceum, we focus so much on arcane studies, but never really other types. And I really want to bring religious research into the fold.
Like theological arcanism?
Yeah.
I mean, I suppose that's possible. I don't see why it wouldn't be. It's not a popular field of study. Other people have breached into it somewhat before, but it's confusing and vague and difficult. And I mean, you are my child, but are you sure?
More sure than I've been. More sure than I've been about anything else in my life. I guess, granted, that doesn't say much considering.
It's a respectable goal. I mean, I don't see why not. I would prefer you study something like abjuration, but if that's what you want to study, I believe it's a noble pursuit.
It's, well, I don't know. I'm very drawn to Saloon. And I know I'm not a wizard that you. I'm not the wizard that you would have hoped I'd been, but.
Oh, Lili. You didn't have to be a wizard to impress me. Look at how far you've made it already. Look at what you've done. This is what? Your second adventure? If that? Your first? I don't know.
Probably first.
You have clashed with forces beyond my wildest imagination. You have interrupted rituals that could end the fabric of reality. You don't have to be a wizard. I wouldn't care if you were a farmer. As long as you pursued whatever you wanted to pursue with the dedication that I expect out of you. As for this theurgy, I feel you can make it work. It's an extremely difficult field of study. It's something that I don't understand for sure, and many of my colleagues have no clue about. But if that is what you want to do, I say you dive right in and you do it. You don't try. You do it. You have a good head on your shoulders, Lili. You are exceptionally intelligent. You're one of the smartest people I know. And that doesn't come lightly. I've never been one for gods. And I don't think I ever will be, but you have some connection to them. The only thing that I ask is that you temper your faith with intellect. And maybe you can teach me to temper some of my intellect with a little faith.
So you'll help them?
I will.
Lili just kind of hugs Val.
Yeah, Val hugs back. She is less cold than usual. Well, she's never really cold. She's less distanced than usual. She
Thank you,
seems
brother.
very much more in the moment right now than normal Val. She kind of hugs you back and you'll have to secure funding though. You'll have to petition the board and that's going to, oh no, we can think about this later. There's so much to do. Oh no, and she just goes back to sipping her tea.
Yeah, that's kind of, that's fair. That's why I asked if this was a good moment.
Oh,
What I
I'll
was
help
hoping,
you, but I just hope you understand that you're going to have to deal with Harkin, and Harkin is a pompous asshole. Anyways.
Yeah. Oh shit, that was the one guy.
Harkin was the head librarian. Well, he's not a head librarian. He's way more than that. He is
Everything.
he is Arcanist Harkin.
We talked to him before, though, if I remember.
You have talked to him,
Pompous
yes.
dick.
He's a pompous asshole, from what Val just said. From your previous encounter with him, he seemed like a generally nice guy. He was
kind of pretentious.
Yeah, he was a little kind of stuck up, but he was also very helpful.
Someone know him as well as you do?
No, not many people do. He is head of funding for the Neverwinter Lyceum, and that is unfortunate.
Well then, I was thinking, if you're up for it, we could go to the library today.
She kind of pushes her tea back, and she stands up all of a sudden. She puts both her hands on the table in the most anime moment of the campaign, and just stands straight up, and she goes, "We're going to the library today."
Okay.
I'm gonna die.
Don't do that.
I might.
Don't do that,
Okay.
please.
And
I also would like to look around for ALR.
we can look. I'm not sure if we'll be able to find him, but we can definitely try.
I mean, Saloon didn't even know where he was, so...
Yeah, I mean, we do have the advantage of feet. Something the gods don't have might be feet. See? Temper faith with intellect. Managing your expectations is what it's all about, Lili.
Mom, they have avatars. They technically do have feet.
But can an avatar taste this delicious tea? And she takes the big cup of tea and takes a big gulp. I don't think so.
I think they can.
Well, then it sounds like me and you need to get avatars. How awesome would it be if we could just go down, grab a cup of tea from the kitchen without ever leaving our bed? That is true power.
Jesus
For
Christ, why has no
true
one ever thought about
laziness.
this?
Maybe you've got a point with this whole religion thing.
She'd probably just become a god just to be the laziest god in the world.
Val just becomes the god of sleeping.
She becomes the god of sleeping and multitasking. Like,
Yeah. Oh my god, if I could sleep while I was also working, God
right?
help us all. All right. So you and Val have this moment, and she seems today, at least, while she's usually very focused on other things and her mind seems absurdly busy, today she seems very focused on what's immediately around her. The present. She's not spacey at all, which is not, not that usual. But
Oh, right. We should also find Oz.
wait. Oh. He was singing last night. I barely remember it. I was very drunk.
Yeah, we both were.
She'll cast a sending to Oz. Oz, how early do you wake up?
Well, Oz can't exactly do his run in his cell, so he probably slept in a little bit.
Okay, yeah. She casts a sending to Oz, and it immediately fails. And she's like, I think he's asleep.
Hold on.
Sending fails if the target is asleep.
Yes, I know.
Okay.
I'm gonna do this. Okay, nope.
Fucking wrecked. Okay, then.
Huh. He's not dead.
Oh, I wouldn't worry too much about that. I mean, what if he is, though? Oh, no.
Yeah.
That is problematic. We'll have to ask around town.
Yeah.
See if a dashing tiefling had run through and cut anybody in half and gotten himself killed or anything.
Wait, couldn't we just...
Do you have any spells?
What?
I don't think you have any spells that could assist us in this endeavor at all, Lili. In fact, I don't think you have anything prepared that could possibly help us.
No, I don't.
Me either.
As we're having this conversation, I walk in and say, I can track him.
You can track him?
Yes, I can. I've been tracking my entire life.
Through a city?
It doesn't matter where I'm at, I can track anybody.
That's impressive.
Those are bold words.
Yeah, those are pretty bold words. We're gonna have to play hide and seek sometime. All right, if you want to track Oz, that's fine.
Sorry. I haven't had a laugh like that in a long time. Thank you for that.
That was hilarious. Your friend here has a weird sense of humor.
I don't think he... No, never mind, he does.
Do you think he could find me if I'm invisible? I do have greater invisibility. They're not trying to be stealthy about this at all, by the way. So you actually get to hear every word Val's saying. But she's trying to be stealthy, but it's not working out.
Well,
you could do that and
come
fly.
on.
I wonder if you could track through the air.
Hey, come on now. That's messed up.
Can people track through the air?
I believe smell is a thing.
That's true.
Smelling, touching,
Hmm.
I can... Ears, I mean, it's... Well, whatever you need.
Can you track Oz via taste?
Possibly.
Oh.
What?
Drag your tongue across the ground?
Oh.
That's what I just imagined.
Are you...
All right.
Snake?
Well, if you would like to
No.
track Oz, that's probably for the best. I think Lili and I could potentially go down to the library, and if you find him dead, you could come get us.
He won't be dead. I'll make sure of that.
Well, I would hope not, but I like
Wait.
to remain realistic.
But you can't make sure of that. You're not a cleric.
No, I mean, I'll make sure he comes back in one piece or several.
What if he's already dead?
Sorry, I'm.
Wait, what?
I'm on edge. I'm on edge right now. I've been through a lot. I got teleported. I was about to storm a castle, and I didn't get much sleep last night. even though I didn't even drink, which I should have.
Well, it sounds like you should have drank.
No, I found that if I drink, it decreases my accuracy, and I don't need that right now.
Ah, that explains the first half of the campaign.
Yeah, I was taking so good of a flask before every battle.
I love it. I love it.
Blame it
do you
on
want a
the
hug?
liquor.
I don't know if I need a hug or not. I'm sort of in any. I just found out that I have a god, and how do you deal with that?
Oh, no.
I mean, do you? I saw you praying, and I mean, does it work? I mean, do you hear her? Whatever it is.
Okay. So, not until recently, no. I'd get signs here and there. Small things to assure me that she is watching.
Because he talks to me directly. I can hear him.
Well, I can hear her now. Now that I'm her champion, but before, no. How do I deal with it? What do you mean?
Well, I mean, you sort of chose to follow Saloon, right?
Yes and no.
I didn't have a choice with this guy. I mean, he basically came out of nowhere and assured
Well, you mean
me
to
that
tell me that you picked up my quiver and you're not a follower? Well, hold on. Zuma, you hear this in your head. Wait a minute. Now, I thought we'd had this conversation once already. I thought you were a follower of the Stormlord.
I'm an admirer of the equipment that has been named after you, but
I do like being admired.
Is he talking out loud right now?
Zuma, are you talking out loud right now?
I'm trying to be discreet. But at this point, I really don't care because I'm just in a distraught like state right now. So yes, I am animated and I'm talking to him right now.
I do like being admired. I mean, if you don't want me as your god, I guess I can just find someone else. But
no, it's not it. Your lordship. I don't know how to address you. It's
just call me sir or Thor or it's really
fine.
whatever. You can call me man if you'd like.
Listen, I have respect for any authority. I mean, I was the head huntsman for a king. I understand the hierarchy, but it just seems being thrust into servitude to someone I don't even know. It seems a little.
It's less servitude and more of a partnership, really. It's more about the fact that they told me that I have to have a champion, and well, you had my quiver, and kind of just worked out that way.
Did you have a bow too?
I do.
Do you know where it's at?
Yes. It's currently being wielded by a guy. I don't like him. He's an asshole.
You don't like him?
No.
Oh, well, I would love to take care of him for you if you wanted me to.
He kills kids. It's not very nice.
Well,
shit.
then I know a few other people that would probably want to take up on that offer.
Well, I can at least give you a way to him if you are willing to kill him for the bow. Having multiple of the artifacts in one place surely makes you a better champion, at least I think so.
Considering I don't have a choice and I won't be able to go back to my coup, or whatever you call it, I'm not sure, storming of the castle. I guess
Thunder's Reach.
Yes.
I'm sorry.
Sorry.
That went very poorly. I pulled you out at the time that I did because you were about to die.
Again, I appreciate the concern, but I think I would have been fine.
Well, the Dialan had a trap for all of you, and it would have gone very poorly for you in particular.
A trap? A
Yes.
trap?
A trap. A little bit bigger than the traps that you might be thinking of.
I look at Lili and say, this guy, a trap.
They teleported an entire section of the battlefield into a volcano.
A volcano? He says volcano now. It's a volcano. And I'm just like real animated, and I'm just like, I look like a crazy person. And I'm just kind of like, yeah, that's what I'm doing right now.
If it makes you feel any better, your friend Satsuki, Satsuki? I don't.
Sasuke.
Sasuke, gotcha.
Sasuke. Sorry, it's been a long day.
It's I don't really have a concept of time, so yes, but she survived. If that makes you feel any better, she is still alive and fighting, but she's fighting in the dungeon of the castle.
Well, at least she made it into the castle
with torture implements.
Oh,
in people's eyes.
Oh dear.
That's her.
It has gone very poorly for those people who tried to question her. It has been entertaining to watch, though.
I learned not to question her when I was 10 years old.
Well, I'm very glad you learned not to question her, because I wouldn't question her. If I wouldn't, surely you should not either.
Right.
She's a ferocious woman.
It's very
You're a
much
lucky
so.
man.
No, it's nothing like. She's like a sister to me. I've never had romantic feelings
weird,
for her.
dude.
It's not weird. I see her as a sister. Okay.
I get it. Okay. Sorry, there's a little bit of cousin sister stuff in some of the pantheons, and we try to keep that suppressed.
Thank you for that imagery.
Well, it's not in this one, at least.
Well, thank you. Anyway, so this character that kills children, do you know where he might be?
Yeah, he's off in a war camp, an orc war camp, not far from here. I don't know what you guys call it, but there's a big hill, and you go over the big hill, and there's a war camp on the other side of it. Probably take you 6 or 7 days.
Is he an orc?
He is.
Is he ugly?
As far as orcs go, not really.
So he's
kind of handsome, really, but...
Interesting. Well, do you know its name?
Dondar.
Dondar.
Dondar. I don't know if there's actually any R's in there. I think it's just a bunch of H's. It might be the way the orcs talk.
So Dondar?
Dondar.
Dondar.
Lili, you've heard this name a couple of times. He is an orc tyrant that runs a huge orc clan, and they kind of move all over, northern Faerun. And at one point, they had a huge clash with the city forces of Waterdeep, and they were just absolutely decimated. They were completely routed. Forces reduced by an enormous amount, literally hundreds and hundreds of orcs killed. In fact, a lot of the orcs that were up near Neverwinter, if you guys recall, there was an orc problem up there. A lot of those orcs actually are splinters from that original orc band led by Dondar. And he had been forced off somewhere else and has kind of disappeared off the radar for a while. But you did. I don't know if Zuma said this out loud.
He said the name Dundar out loud.
Oh, okay.
I'm saying everything out loud.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's what you gather from that history check, is that this was a bad dude, led a bunch of bad people, got his ass kicked, and now he's probably off living somewhere, either rebuilding forces or minding his own business after the ass kicking.
So Dundar. Okay. Well.
He's got a big bow. He's got a big hammer.
I take the bow. I know who would like the hammer, but all right. Well, if you want this man killed, then I will take care of it.
I don't really care if he dies. I just don't want him having my bow. I've got to keep my name away from stuff like that.
I completely understand. Well, thank you for that. So do I say bye? How does this work?
I just kind of go. I just kind of leave.
Go.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm gonna leave. I'm gonna leave right now.
Okay. Well, then I'll just.
This sounds
all right.
like a
I'm
bad
leaving.
cell phone call. Yeah, I'm gonna leave right now. No, you hang up. No, you hang up. No, you hang up.
And you hear the metaphorical click on the other end.
You know what it sounds like you need?
What's that?
You should do some research on your god.
He just told me what I need to know, so why would I need to do any more research?
To look into his values.
Values?
What he's the god of. Like, Saloon's the goddess of the moon and
he's
guidance.
the god of thunder.
Okay, but what else?
He seems to want his things stayed away from things that are bad, I guess. I don't know.
That's what he's the god of.
Zuma, you can roll me a history check here if you'd like.
Oh boy.
Actually, can I just roll a religion check?
Yeah,
I'm sorry. Both of you could roll me a religion check, not history.
Ooh, religion.
I'm retarded.
Well, apparently I don't know shit.
Inazuma would have gotten a crit if he gotten help.
Oh, sure.
Okay. A 13 and a 9. He's not a commonly worshipped god right now. He was part of the Norse pantheon that kind of has died out a little bit. Some of the gods have remained, but not all of them. Gods like Heimdall and Sif, Skadi, but Thor has kind of faded a little bit more into obscurity because he wasn't really the god of a bunch of things. With a 13, Lili, you would probably know enough to say that he is the his portfolio included honor, thunder, and protection.
He was the god of honor, thunder, and protection.
Yeah, as far as you
Well-
know, there were some other things in there, but those were the main 3 he was known for.
Well, I can respect honor and protection, and thunder seems to be an element that well, not thunder, but lightning anyway.
So he does.
Oh.
So Sam doesn't know that, right? Or Inazuma doesn't know that. I know
No,
that, right?
Zuma only knows Zuma. I would gather just based off of who Thor is. He's the god of thunder.
Right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, yeah. I'll give you an example. I don't know much about him. 'Cause he's from the Norse pantheon, and Norse pantheons are kind of. I was surprised to see Skadi. They're kind of obscure. But he's the god of protection, thunder, and one other thing that I can't remember. What was it? You just told me.
Honor, protection, and thunder.
Honor. There we go.
Honor,
Big
you
voice
say?
in my head. Yes.
Well, I can respect that, but
I mean, if you're really confused about it, visit a temple. See his followers.
do you know of a temple nearby?
You'd probably have to wait until Eve got
Hmm.
back.
Can
I
I
would
make a check
say-
on this?
I would say, due to your unfamiliarity with the city, you could make me a. Go ahead and just make me a history check at disadvantage.
Cool. Can I guidance?
Yeah, sure.
Oh. Or no.
You know kind of the general area. You know that there is a huge temple selection here. But you don't know specifically what there is here. You can kind of extrapolate that Neverwinter was big enough to have a temple to Thor, because Neverwinter has a temple to every god basically. But since Neverwinter was big enough, and this city is basically, it's rivaled in size with Neverwinter, it probably also has one, but you're not positive.
Would I know that there's like a district or something dedicated
Yeah,
to?
you would know that there is an entire district dedicated to religion.
Well, I mean, the city's about on par with Neverwinter, and Neverwinter had gods to basically everything. I try the temple district.
I'm back, by the way. Sorry.
Welcome back.
I'm almost all the way packed.
Nice.
You could also just read history books.
History, you say? Well,
I'd visit the temple first, and then if you want to know more, history books are a great way to learn more.
well, do you want to do that or find honors first?
What was that?
Sorry. Do you want to do that or find Oz first?
Well, I mean, well, Mother here and I were gonna go to the library at some point today.
I was just looking.
Okay.
Just looking. I wasn't being nosy. I was just looking.
Just looking for.
Just looking, huh? Giggity.
All right.
So, I don't know. Should probably make sure Oz is all right first.
Yeah, let's do that first.
Zuma, are you heading to track Oz?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Oh wait. Oh, I don't think there's a way I can do this, can I?
Probably not, if it's what I think it is.
Is it? Well, I was wondering if there's a way I can make guidance last longer than just a minute.
No, you're not a sorcerer, unfortunately.
Damn
Sorcerers
it.
can do that, called extended spell. You could make it last up to 24 hours, but you are not one of those.
Damn it.
Okay, and Lili and Val are going to the library. Eve, you would be getting back just about now. Just as everyone's starting to walk out the door, Lenora is still asleep, and Eve, you know that she actually sleeps fairly late into the day most of the time. Your shop is more of an afternoon kind of second shift type of shop, and generally speaking, it's not open until about like 11 o'clock roughly. But as you return, you see Lili, Val, and Zuma kind of walking out the door.
Hello guys, how you doing?
Pretty good. Go to the library.
Can I speak with Val for a minute?
Yes. What?
I was wondering if you knew of any runes that would be good for a saddle that's going to be put on a dragon.
Runes for a saddle for a dragon. For a dragon? Excuse me?
Think of it like, okay, you're on a saddle, on a dragon, because eventually Shadowscale is going to grow up.
Could have some kind of rune that might.
That locks me in position.
A 15 and an Arcana 17. Yeah. Okay. Well, you could have. Oh no. She rolled a 31 total. She's like, well, you could have perhaps a rune. I don't know, of maybe web or some kind of altered form of web that keeps you in the saddle. You might have to recharge it, but surely you could create something that could recharge it, or maybe you could recharge it yourself. I think you're a spellcaster anyway. You look like one. But I believe your best option isn't just that. You should actually have an augmented rune that allows the rune itself to withstand dispels.
How much would that cost, though?
Somewhere in the neighborhood. Dispel and just resistant enchantments are really expensive. I would say probably in the neighborhood of, I don't know, maybe 45,000 gold.
This is going to be an expensive endeavor. Oh, goody.
No, there's always more ways to make money. You all appear to be quite capable.
There is.
You could also do with the cheaper version, probably only, I don't know how much it would cost you, but it wouldn't be nearly as much. Yep, I do think we need to be off to the library. It's going to start getting morning, and I don't like it when the sun starts rising.
Well, the shop opens up around 11, so if you guys want to hop by there later, you can.
I might take a look.
Maybe. It depends. I could realistically see us probably staying there for way too long.
Onward!
Yeah.
She just starts walking in a random direction. You realize very quickly, Lili, that Val has more than likely no idea where she's going.
Mom, wait!
Lili, roll me
libraries?
roll me a survival check.
Oh dear.
Oh no.
I was gonna ask them.
Oh no!
Okay, cool. Good to know.
Can I guidance?
No.
Fuck.
You were gonna ask them what?
I was gonna ask them, do they even know where the library is?
Yeah, I mean, you get it out before they leave.
No, we don't.
Do I know where the library is?
You have a pretty good idea of where multiple libraries are. There's about 7 of them in the city.
There's 7 of them in the city! Be careful!
Helpful.
Val has rolled double natural ones on her survival check.
Damn.
And Lili, that's a 13 with your
Lord.
advantage. Holy guacamole. All right, we'll come back to Lili and Val. I assume you guys stalk away in search of one of the 7 libraries in the city.
Yeah, like the biggest one. And best
Okay.
one.
Okay. Eve, what are you doing with your spare time here?
Well, I imagine Inazuma's still here.
Inazuma is still there.
Do you need help finding or going anywhere?
Looking for Oz, so if you want to come along, you can.
What time is it about now?
Oh, it's still super early in the morning. It's not even past like 7:30 yet.
Okay. Where do you want to start?
Well, I'm trying to think. He was in the Emerald Enclave, I believe, if
The
if
druid
memory
place.
serves me right. And he was coming back from there, and then he never came back. So somewhere between there and here is where he'll be.
That's a lot of places. I suppose
I know.
Okay.
we could
But-
also talk to the guard and see if they've seen him.
That's a good idea.
I've got to talk to them myself, too. But I'm looking for a certain guard. But that can wait.
Oh. All right. Well, I guess you lead the way.
You guys headed off?
Yep.
Roll me a survival check, Zuma.
Yes, pizza.
Yeah, I'd love some pizza, but too bad Heather's like, no, I won't go pick up any pizza.
It's almost
I
like
wanted-
she's playing D&D.
Yeah.
We have breaks during D&D.
I mean, it would be very inappropriate to take a large break and walk away from your computer in the middle of D&D.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I find it inappropriate.
The irony of this. He was being sarcastic. 17. What kind of boots does Oz wear?
I would imagine his.
We'll let him answer.
Okay.
Yeah, they're probably very heavy boots. Something
Pretty
that
heavy
matches
boots?
the rest of his armor.
Okay. Zuma, you do find some boot prints. Since this is a city, it's kind of, you head back to the Emerald Enclave and you find Oz's boot print, or what you think is Oz's boot print. But even in the Emerald Enclave, there's still quite a bit of traffic, and it's very difficult to track someone through a city. It's nearly impossible. It is what we consider a legendary difficulty task.
Mhm. Yeah.
And you find some boot prints, and you think you have a pretty good trail going, and then you lose it. There's cobblestone roads instead of dirt, then you start to have to ask around. So either one of you could roll me an investigation check.
Sure thing. 17.
Okay. 21, nice.
Nice.
You stop a couple of people, seeing if they've seen anyone. You ask some people from the Druids Enclave. You eventually stop by the front gate, following Eve's suggestion to ask a guard, and you ask the guard, and the guard's, "Oh, wait a minute. I think we have some kind of tiefling guy in a cell. I think we put him in a cell last night."
Did he
I don't
sing
know.
by chance?
Did he what?
Did he sing by chance?
Did he sing?
Yes.
You're a metagaming piece of shit.
I know because Val said he was singing that.
Yep.
Did Val tell you
did
that?
say-
She
Val
did
did
say that out loud.
I
Yeah.
don't think Eve was there.
They
I
were all in the
was.
same room drinking.
Oh, I thought
Yep,
Eve
yep.
was gone. Okay, no.
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 Oh, that was last night, wasn't it?
Yeah,
That was
that
last
was last night. Yeah,
Okay,
I had the
okay.
same confusion. I was thinking this morning.
Okay.
No, you're right. You're right.
I'm not metagaming.
No, you are. But it's okay. I'm just kidding.
You are, but everyone in the party has your back.
God damn it.
Thank you.
The guard's like, I don't know if he's singing or anything, but he's been held right now for impersonation and a couple of other things, mostly just being publicly intoxicated, which isn't illegal by itself. It's legal within the city, but we're trying to figure out exactly who this guy is before we let him free.
He's possibly our idiot.
He's your idiot, huh?
Yeah.
I can take you down to the jail if you'd like.
Please. We need to go check on our idiot.
All right, well, let's go down to the jail. And he kind of waves over to one of the other guards. He's like, I'm gonna take these nice folk to go get an idiot. kind of guides you through this huge gate. The portcullis is up already, and the double doors of the gate actually are already open during the day. Although entrance for most people is still barred. And he takes you through a series of alleys real quick as you come across the jail. And Eve, you've not seen this jail before. It's not one that's super familiar to you. And I'll also go ahead and say you are breaching like late afternoon territory with the amount of time it took you to find this.
Okay.
And the guard kind of leads you into the jail, and it's nice and cool and comfortable inside. And I imagine at this point Oz is very much awake. Oz, what have you done ever since you woke up?
Okay, so
Currently at this point we are at about, it's late afternoon territory, so you've probably been awake for a little while.
yeah, when I first woke up, you said the bench that was in there was wood, right?
Yeah.
Underneath of it, he would have carved in his initials.
Oh god damn it. Okay.
And a message that says, "Go to Blessingdale, find the followers of Oz."
Oz, roll me 3d20 right now.
Dedicated to the craft. Dedicated.
I love it.
Mhm.
Perfect, thank you.
I'm scared.
Josh has gained 34 followers.
Yeah.
No, it's not a follower check. This is something else.
Uh-oh.
This is important.
I want to
Oh,
bet
God.
that Shaunaco's like, what the fuck are you doing?
He would have asked the main guard if they could empty the chamber pot.
And they do. They have a little like slider on the bottom side of the door, and they have you pass it through there.
It's gross. I don't want to touch it.
Yeah, sorry, bud. We're not allowed to unlock the door right now. We gotta make sure that you're cleared for processing. We should have you out pretty soon, here in just an hour or two.
Okay, what exactly am I being held for?
Currently, you're being detained because you said you were the Viscount's friend, and well, you're not.
Oh,
We're just trying to make sure that you're. We're just trying to make sure that you're not, looking to assassinate the Viscount or anything crazy like that.
Whoa! Why would I do
It's
that?
just standard procedure. He's a little paranoid sometimes. So anybody that's asking after him that doesn't have, the proper connections to ask after somebody of his import is, well, there's a bit of a law in place and they get detained. We have to examine you and make sure that you're not, a member of some kind of cult or something. And so far, it seems like
Like the Order
cleared.
of Sacred Hand or something like that, right?
Yeah, like something. What? Hey, look up the Order of the Sacred Hand. See if that's anything. Okay.
It's the silent hand, not the sacred hand.
He didn't say that.
I don't know.
Yeah, like that. Yeah. You're not though, right?
No,
Of course not.
Don't like those guys. I've killed those guys.
That's great. Oh, that's murder if you did it in the city.
No, not here.
Okay, good. I don't have to.
Not
I
in
don't
this
have
city.
to. That's not my paperwork.
Not this city.
All right. Well, we're gonna get you out here in just a little bit. All right, buddy. I just need you to remain cooperative like you are.
Yeah,
I mean, I really appreciate it.
So my friends are probably going to be looking for me.
Yeah.
Can you just tell them I died or something?
I could try.
I mean, I just think it'd be really funny.
I
So
think that'd be
glad that I
hilarious, actually. Hold on. Make a persuasion check.
That was a hell of a check.
Oh,
I think that'd be hilarious myself, but we do have some proper procedure here. Do you have any next of kin, perhaps?
I have a brother.
Brother, all right. Brother, does he live in the city?
No.
That's unfortunate. Yeah, well, your friends can come look, but I'm afraid that all they're gonna find is that we can't release you until it's time.
How long is that going to take?
Like I said, probably about an hour or two. After that, we should have you all cleared. I mean, it seems fine to me. I don't think there's anything wrong with you personally, but, rules are rules, and I'd hate to break some rules.
So, gold wouldn't get me out of here any faster?
I don't like breaking rules.
Okay,
I think that's a bad idea, buddy. I'm trying to let you off with this one.
I mean,
Oh no.
is that a no? Is that a hard no?
To what question am I answering here?
I feel like if I answer this question, I may incriminate myself.
Feel like you might have already done that.
Nope, because there were no promises of anything made.
Well, I'm gonna let it slide, but I'm not.
This
I'm
won't
not
hold
one
up
for
in
breaking
court.
rules. Court? You're not getting a trial.
I demand a trial by combat.
He kind of chuckles and he goes, "Oh, buddy. Oh no, that's not gonna work here, man. I know that they have that in some of the weirder places in the world, but we don't have trial by combat here."
What kind of backwards ass city is this?
I think we're pretty forward thinking myself.
I mean, I guess.
I mean, we just legalized red leaf.
Oh,
We're doing good.
God.
Oh,
We're doing pretty good, I think.
God damn it.
Red leaf's a real thing in D&D. I just want to let you know that.
Yeah.
That's a
That's
drug
what
too,
makes
isn't
it
it?
better.
It is basically a leaf that you chew on that is slightly hallucinatory and extremely relaxing.
He's probably on that. That's why he's.
It is effectively shrooms plus tobacco.
Okay then.
Oz doesn't do drugs. We've been over this.
Yeah, he only sells them.
That traffic's different thing.
Traffic's
he sells them.
correct. Yeah. Oh. He's like, all right, buddy. All right. Now, if you need any more food or water or anything, we got that. I'm just gonna go ahead and polish off what we're doing here, and then you can get out of here.
What's your name, pal?
Oh, my name's Jeffrey.
Jeffrey. Okay, wait, what?
My name's Jeffrey.
All right.
What?
I just had a friend. I have a friend named Jeff.
Oh.
He's very skinny.
Oh, you can tell that ain't me, and he kind of leans back a little bit, and he's got a little bit of a gut on him, and he's like, "No, I ain't skinny.
Okay,
I like mead too much."
You're definitely a lard ass.
Oh. All right. Tally, go ahead and finish him up. And he just kind of walks away from the door, a little sullen and depressed. Not long after that, Eve, you and Zuma are led into this jail by this guard, and you can see one guard, kind of human. He's got scruff, not a full beard at all, but just stubble and whiskers and stuff. Kind of messy, short hair, and he's just kind of leaned over on a chair. He doesn't look very happy today. You're led in. You see a woman at the desk, and she's got just books upon books upon books stacked on top of this desk, and she is just filing through these books one by one, she's obviously looking for something important. And she get in just in time to hear her go, I haven't found anything on the on the Order of the Sacred Hand. I'm not sure what that is.
Sacred.
And then you guys,
Hand.
hi, hey there. Are you friends of this guy, Oz?
Yep, that's our idiot. What do you do this time?
Guys, get me out. They don't accept bribes.
You just admitted it! Shut the fuck up! Oh, dear lord.
Tally looks kind of taken aback. She's well, we vetted him a couple times here, and as per city ordinance process, because he was asking after the Viscount, but it nothing's come back. It looks like he was signed on to a little bit of a criminal tie here, but it doesn't really lead to anything.
Have never done anything illegal.
Well, I don't
This
think
setup.
that's true. I don't think that's true. It says here you were caught pushing drugs once.
I was never charged.
You weren't charged, but you were caught.
I demand an acquittal.
Hmm.
That's not the city to do it in. Unless if you've been here before.
Objection,
You'll have to
Your
take
Honor.
that. You'll have to take that up with the Graysale court system. That's not our problem.
I demand a trial by combat.
Wait, I don't think we have trial by combat here. I ain't never seen one anyways.
This place is so backwards. They don't accept bribes. They don't have trial by combat.
Now look, you can get your friend out, but there is a fee for the holding overnight.
You get a little
How
bit drunk.
much?
30 gold.
I hand over 30 gold.
I could have paid it myself.
Yes, you're paying for it.
Well, technically you are.
She takes the gold
Well,
and kind of
technically it's coming from your cut.
locks it away in her desk. And she, all right, well, Jeffrey, go ahead and let him out.
She's pocketing that money.
She kind of, all of you make me an insight check. Zuma and Eve specifically, because you're the ones that are there.
From all the way in the enclave.
You make it from all the way over in the enclave. Groin just goes, somebody's stealing shit. 16 and 20. Zuma, you do just barely notice. She looks awfully sheepish when he says that. She's like, no, I'm not. And Zuma, you in particular notice she's kind of bullshitting.
Didn't know I worked in this. I didn't know. Jail.
Sorry, what was that you cut out?
Sorry, I didn't know we had thieves working at a jail.
Not a thief, just borrowing.
But that's still.
Borrowing.
I offered you guys money.
Well, we can't very well take bribes.
You can just steal it.
Look, just let him go. Just get him out of here.
I want her arrested.
Jeffrey kind of looks over at her and he's like, Tally, you know that's stealing, right? She's like, it's not stealing. I'll explain it in a minute. Get him out of here. And Jeffrey's like, all right. Come on, guys. Come on. You paid your dues. It doesn't matter who it goes to. You still have to pay the dues. Let's go.
It does.
It doesn't. You have to pay the dues.
This is goddamn ridiculous.
You got it. We got to get you out of here. Come on. Kind of opens. He takes the keys and opens the cell door.
Am I behind?
What?
In front of me?
What?
You're lagging real bad.
Yeah.
Sorry. Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Okay. Is he in front of me?
Currently, you and Eve are sitting in kind of this open reception area. To your right is this long hallway with several cell doors in the hallway itself. And currently, Oz's cell is the first cell on the left. He's probably about 20 feet from you in total.
Okay, never mind. Okay.
Oz, they open the cell door and kind of Jeffrey motions for you to get out, and they haven't taken any of your things, so there's nothing for them to give you. He's like, all right, I'll take care of this. It's not y'all's business. I'll take care of it.
I checked in here with a watch,
Oh no.
A what?
a timepiece.
If you're looking at the city watch, I mean, you'll have to go talk to them. We're not exactly the city watch. We're the Viscount's guard.
Not doing a very good job. Apparently, he doesn't pay very well.
It could be better, but I don't think you walked in here with anything else. We didn't take nothing off you.
trickery and deceit. These people stole my father's timepiece.
I don't think I stole anything. If you're wanting to accuse me, you could go ahead and just go talk to the city about that.
Who in the city would I talk to exactly?
You'd have to talk to one of the magistrates if you want to file an official complaint about a guard.
God,
I just face palm.
that sounds like a lot of work.
It is.
You know what? Why don't you just keep it and consider it a gift for the next time I show up here? Because let's be honest, I'll probably be back.
Oh, I imagine you will with your disposition.
What's that supposed to mean?
Oh, just you seem like a rowdy sort, so this is
that
where we
is-
keep the rowdy sort.
That is blatant racism. Because I'm
Well,
a
it's not exactly
tiefling, I have a
racism.
disposition.
It's not because you're a tiefling. It's because you just
Oh,
spent the night
right,
in jail
yeah,
and you're still
right.
obnoxious.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, okay.
I think you might
Always
need to spend another
obnoxious.
night in jail.
He's always obnoxious. I'm not paying you another fee.
Thank you.
Your
my,
mom has a disposition.
my mom does have a bit of a disposition. She's a rowdy old lady.
I know she is.
Oh,
God.
Oz!
sir, I don't
Guys, let's go,
appreciate
guys, go.
I don't appreciate your backset, sir.
I am so sorry.
The second that you guys clear, you just hear, "What the fuck, Tally?"
That was amazing.
Oh my god, Oz.
Feel like I won that encounter.
Tally's going to jail.
Yeah, I was going to stop him and tell her not to listen to anything she had to say, because it's still technically leaving, not to let her convince him.
You
I'll
get
roll for that.
arrested, and somehow somebody else, you find out a crime. I don't get it. What the fuck just happened?
Fucking mysteries of the universe up in this bitch.
Are we outside the jail?
Yeah, you guys are right outside the jail.
I look at Oz and say, Oz, I need a word.
Oh, I'll go over here.
Which one?
What?
You said you needed a word. Which
I need
word?
to
You
I
want?
need to speak with you, dummy.
All right. I've had kind of a hard night. You insulting me is not pleasant.
You want to know the night I have? You really want to know the night I had?
I'm assuming you didn't sleep in a jail cell.
I didn't sleep in a jail cell, but I was in my own jail of mentalness.
Go on. Did Lili trap you in a mind palace? That sounds like something she
No.
would do.
No, I
Wow.
was having a.
Is Rue back? Was it Rue?
Rue? You mean the little thing that I tortured? No. No, that's not it. Listen. I think we need to discuss something that I think is very important. Something I've been wanting to say to you for a long time.
Yes. I will marry you.
No, that's not it. No. It's more of an annoyance that I need to address to
Never
you.
works. Fine. Go on. But if there's not a proposal in here, I might be upset.
Well, there might be a proposal, but not the one you're thinking of. Listen, you are a great warrior, and I would gladly fight with you, defend you, whatever. But your impulsiveness and your need for violence is sort of costing us. It's really starting to affect us. And as much as I want to be with this group and to be on adventures with you and to help y'all, it seems to me that you might need to just tone it down a little bit, don't you think?
That's not exactly an option.
Why not?
I'm kind of good at what I do.
You are good at what you do, but do it in a way that causes more trouble than good.
Are you saying you want me to leave the group because I'm too violent?
No, I'm not saying that. I'm just saying maybe don't try to take someone's fingers off at the first sight of, the first impulse or
That
attack
wasn't
a
my first impulse.
demigod.
I tried to ask him questions first. He didn't answer them. I just liberated the situation. All I was doing was putting some grease on that bad boy.
Listen, I know you have your ways, but I'm telling you, it'd be a lot easier, a lot less messy if we just stick to trying to find the truth first before we just get rid of members of
Cut out.
Yeah.
Well, I'm not gonna cut your guys' fingers off. Sorry, subtract your guys' fingers.
I'm so glad you upgraded to subtract and take fingers. Listen, I know I've been away for a little while. I'm sorry. I had some things to take care of, and now that I'm back, reluctantly, I want to make sure that whatever we do with a level head, and that we don't try to kill or use brute force every time we have no other options.
That's what I do. I kill stuff and I keep you guys safe.
I know, but killing is not always the answer.
In most situations, it is. Name one problem that can't be solved with murder.
There's our
Fucking damn it.
solved without murder.
As long as
Philosophy
you don't
is
get
the
caught
strong suit.
first.
Listen,
Name one, bud. Just go ahead. Someone
I'm not
lies to
gonna
you?
indulge
Murder.
you. No, you don't. Maybe I should have had the conversation with you. Anyway, I just wanted to say that good to see you again, and
Oh yeah, great to have you back, bud.
I really hope that going forward we can maybe dial it back a little bit. I feel like there is a lot of good in you, and I feel like you can make a lot more friends if you don't, decide to do subtraction so much. Maybe try to do some multiplication or addition. That's always a positive way to go.
Speak your spells at me.
Not
It's
saying you have
math,
to,
Oz.
sew the fingers back on, but maybe just wait until
Oz puts his hands on Inazuma's shoulders and goes, "Bud, I'm gonna turn it so far up, you're not gonna know what to do."
Well, you've reassured me, and that makes my day even better. Well, look, sorry, I've been through a lot, and I needed to get some stuff on my chest, and I'm glad to see you. I'm just glad you're okay. I was worried, and
You have been heard, friend.
well, again, sorry, I didn't mean to.
I will do my best to not let my emotions control my actions.
Well, during battle, but when not in battle, yes. How about this? I'll make a deal with you. If we need, say, force to be a patient, I'll take my hand and I'll flick my ear. Okay? When you see that, then chains off, whatever you want to do.
I'm sorry, you're roboting horribly bad.
What do you say?
You're roboting a bit. I couldn't really hear you.
Yeah.
I heard most of it.
Okay, when I ear.
Yeah, you're roboting to the point where it's actually impossible to understand you.
Yeah.
Oh no, that sucks.
Understood that one.
It's like I don't want to be doing long sentences. Short ones I'm fine with.
Let's see. Hello.
Yo.
Yeah, we hear
You
you.
hear me now?
Yeah,
Okay,
we can
good.
hear you, Sam.
Okay, cool. So, Oz, what do you say?
I mean, I'm not really good at operating on a leash. I mean, I'm not a dog.
I know
That's
you're
just
not.
insensitive.
Okay, how about... You know what? Never mind.
I will operate with restraint.
That sounds perfect. Again, sorry, I didn't mean to make this come off as, scolding or, how do I put it? I didn't mean to, call you out. I think you're a great warrior. I think you're hilarious, even though it's a little cringy. Again, I value you as a person. And if we didn't have you, we would probably be dead.
Oh, you would definitely be dead.
I'd probably run away or, climb something or, sneak, but yeah, you're right. So. And I'll loosen up. How about that? I'll joke more. How about that? Does that sound good?
I will operate with restraint.
Awesome.
I don't think you made ground there.
It's okay. And I put my hand on his shoulder and I just say, and I just kind of give him this weird tap. Okay. I'm gonna go. I think I'm gonna need to find a drink.
Can I tell him where the best tavern is?
You don't drink much. You don't really know too much about the taverns around here.
I would have walked past them.
You would know a couple of the places, but you're not going to know which one's the best one. You have to be a bit of a a pub head to know which one's the best one.
Okay,
We
what if
call ourselves
what's the
microbrewer
busiest one?
enthusiasts.
Usually has good positive.
The only one that's the most popular one in town there is two of them. One of them is at the center of town, and one of them is actually closer to the west gate. And the one that you're familiar with is, we're gonna get a random name here because I don't feel like making stuff up. You know the
goat's knuckle.
God, no, we're not going. We're not even going there. We're not doing it.
The rising duck.
We're going with the Copper Shield. At the west gate, there's the Copper Shield, and you know that it is generally kind of the hustle and bustle of the residential districts. And then there's another one further into the city that is more slightly higher class, but still not, the most amazing thing in the world.
I'd relay that information.
Okay.
Yeah, go wherever.
But before that, we should probably regroup, find everyone else, or
Lili and
at least
Val.
know where they are.
Lili and Val are at the library. One of the mini libraries. Probably the
One
biggest,
of them.
best one.
Who knows?
Who knows?
Oh, for all you know, they're all big and fancy.
They could be. We're just gonna turn this into a library crawl.
I don't know where Groin is. You guys know where he was last?
Yeah,
I don't know where he is.
Groin, he was at the Enclave whenever I left.
Okay.
Oh shit! Continue. Sorry.
I'm gonna go get Jeff and Shadowscale and Anixia, and then head to the shop.
Okay. And it is late afternoon at this point. Now, cut. Lili. You know, you guys are not familiar with the city, and Well, before you know it, you end up in some parts of the city where everything kind of starts to look the same. And
Oh,
you're
no.
like, oh no, wait, hold on, what are we doing here? And finally, you come across an area after walking for ages and asking around and trying to figure out where this library, quote unquote, might be, or any of these quote unquote libraries might be. People kind of direct you, but directions are hard. Roll me one more survival check with disadvantage.
Buddy, I'm guidancing.
Okay.
Oh no.
Val rolled a 2.
I
I'm gonna
rolled a-
re-roll it.
Ooh, 10.
Oh, she rolled a 2 and a 9. A 10. Okay. So it does take you a while, but you eventually find what looks like a library. 2 important things to note. Number 1, this is not in any major area of the city. Number 2, it does not look like it's very fancy.
Can I insight check it?
Sure. Insight check the library.
Okay, here we go. I thought I had proficient. Oh no, Val has proficiency in insight.
Correct.
Shit.
17. 20. Not bad. Oh, can you hand me one? Hell yeah, thank you. Babe, you are the best. All right. Still not getting any pizza, I guess, but that's okay. I'll make shin ramen later.
Shove it. You'll make me some too.
You gather that this library is a little underfunded, but it does look like a library. It is not religious in nature. It's not like a dedicated house of knowledge or anything like that. It is simply a library. Which just simply libraries are actually kind of uncommon to see. Usually they're dedicated houses of knowledge 99% of the time. So it's kind of like, ugh.
So it looks really shady, is what you're saying.
It looks a little shady. It's kind of like showing up at a business where you're about to, like, I don't know, you're about to go get a manicure or something, and it's in the back alley of some place with like no windows and the building is made out of tin shack or something. You're just kind of like, I don't know if I want to walk in here.
Well, I think we should go somewhere else.
Val's like, is this a library? And this sign is literally just like painted on letters, and the L is backwards, and it just says library.
All right, well, now I just want to walk in because I'm curious.
Val insight checks it as well, and she's like, this place is kind of shady.
Yeah, I know.
Just a little bit.
Yeah. They have a backwards L. I kind of just want to walk in because I'm curious.
Surely nothing in there will be as bad as what we faced recently. I mean, I'm kind of curious too. Let's go in.
I don't know. We could run into like. I've seen some destroyed books.
You think Azakil's in this library?
Could be.
I don't think so.
Fuck it. All right, I'm gonna walk in.
You walk in.
Oh God, here we go. Yeah.
All right. Give me a second here.
Groin pops out of the books and is like, "What's up, bitches?"
Oh no.
Okay.
Oh no.
You wanna buy some crack?
You go to walk in. There is a small handle on the door. It is the building itself is made of wood, and just wood pretty much, and some kind of mortar material, which is weird because normally it's like wood and screws and stuff. No. This is like wood and mud. And you go to open the door, and it has this really shoddy door handle on it, and you just snap the door handle straight off, and the door pushes in. And as you enter in, kind of with the door handle still in your hand, you both peek around. There are a few candles around the room for some mild amount of light. There is one big figure sitting in the center at this large table. There's 4 or 5 tables in there, and the walls have there are 6 bookshelves along the back wall. And this big hulking figure at the center table looks up, and you see just from the silhouette he is an orc, and he. Well, looks like we got ourselves some customers. What can I do for you people?
Cool. I start talking in Orcish.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
And his accent in common is really kind of thick and hard to understand. In Orcish, he is just. What do you mean, you people? Well, elves, obviously. Orcs eat elves. That's canon. Anyway,
Is it really?
yeah, orcs actually had like a war with some of the elves, and orcs and elves warred out, and there was a lot of like orcs eating elves on the battlefield kind of stuff going on at one point.
Fuck.
Yeah, the orcs are pretty hardcore, dude.
Okay. Then.
But this guy, he looks well dressed. He's wearing like a dress shirt and like a doublet and tunic and everything else, and he's looking. I mean, he looks good. And while his common is thick and difficult to understand, his Orcish is super smooth. And he's just like, instead of going, been looking, got some customers. He's like, it's so nice to meet you. How can I help you today?
Oh shit.
That's the difference between his common and his Orcish.
Yeah, we saw this is a library and we were curious.
This is a library, though it's not a very good one.
Oh. So we should head elsewhere.
No, you should stay here because more people come to this library, the better it gets. That's how libraries work, don't you know? If I get more customers, I can get more funding. And if I have more funding, then, well, you know where that leads.
Kind of looked at Val. Oh shit, Val doesn't speak Orcish.
Yeah, Val's just like, just kind of watching you both back and forth. She's, I didn't know you spoke Orcish.
Yeah, long story. Well, he says the library's not very good.
I can see that. He's, I resent that.
And he said that we should stay here so they can get funding.
I don't think two people can get them funding.
I think you're probably right.
Why haven't you moved this to like a house of knowledge somewhere? Well, it's expensive. Oz isn't with Lili or Val right now, unfortunately.
Sadly.
This would be a very hilarious conversation.
Or just be somewhere better.
Whoa. Deep cut.
The orcs just in Orcish, he's just like, I would love to move to somewhere better, but unfortunately funding is very hard to secure as an orc. Not many people view orcs as the intellectual sort, even though I have read every single one of Bartholomew's thesis. Which you recognize. There are a series of mathematical papers that prove various theorems of the universe.
Oh shit.
They're fairly complex. They're like Val level. The dude that wrote them is not very well understood, but he's essentially like, imagine Pythagoras for us.
Yeah.
He's like that times 10.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
Oh. All right then.
Yeah. He's like, I've read every one of them.
Oh.
But no. Orcs, people see an orc and they just see, look, muscle, brutish, strength, yah. No, that's not me. I'm intellect, wit, smart, yes. Eccentric, maybe, but intelligent.
Are you a wizard?
I am. I can do a little bit of magic, and he kind of poofs a little bit in the air, and you see like this sprinkle of pollen fall out of the air. And look, it's not very impressive, but I can do some.
I was thinking more along the lines of an illusion spell.
No, but if you like berries, I can do those. He kind of rubs his fingers together and he produces 10 good berries in his hand. At this point, you kind of get the idea that he's not a wizard.
Yeah.
More of a druid then?
So are you like a druid?
Well, yes and no. I had discovered a book during one of my mini adventures out of the city. Mini being a sarcastic word here that I use to emphasize how boring my life is. But during one of the adventures that I've had out of the city, I found a book and it contained a list of very interesting theories and processes through which I could actually duplicate druidic spells by using a combination of conjuration and illusion magic.
Okay.
I'm not truly casting the spells, but I'm producing an effect that casts the spells for me.
Okay, so why not just extend that to other spells?
For some reason, it only works with druid spells. I can't understand it.
Can I roll an Arcana check?
Sure, I'll have Val roll as well.
Well, I was gonna say, can I just like turn to Val and like start talking to her about it to get advantage?
Sure.
All right, cool beans. I'm gonna guidance myself too.
Yeah, you and Val kind of go back and forth on this, and Val's like, well, I've never seen this kind of magic before. That's really
Oh,
interesting.
shit.
But maybe he's using an effect
Almost 30.
producing magical energy from another plane of existence, maybe like the elemental plane, and that's why it's tied to druidic magic. And it suddenly snaps in your head. You're like, wait a minute. You kind of know how this is done. Basically, he is routing the weave. He is routing the weave using conjuration magic, which has the ability to manifest the weave in various forms, and then using illusion magic, which can actually make things solid temporarily. And he's using this in some way that you've not seen before, but it's kind of ingenious. It's definitely not effective. It's not like some groundbreaking holy shit you just broke magic thing, but it is a really clever way around getting it's a really clever way of getting around not being a full spellcaster.
Okay, so could we use this effect to cast like a minor illusion?
Sort of, in a way. It wouldn't be like a minor illusion, but you could potentially
We'll change his appearance.
You're gonna need a disguised self or something like that.
Is that a spell?
It is a spell.
Okay.
You'll need major or I'm sorry, silent image, I believe, for if you're trying. No, because silent image won't work. You'd need major image to disguise him, or he would have to cast disguise self by himself. One of the two.
So could we teach him how to do that?
Maybe. Do you broach the topic to him?
Yeah.
Okay. He's like, oh, I mean, I'm willing to learn. I don't know very much about magic, honestly. I've been trying, but it's difficult.
Well, like, if we do this, then you just change your appearance, right? And if you work on your accent, then it should be easier to get funding.
Interesting. And you say the spell is what? Disguise self.
Yeah.
All right. Do you know the disguise self spell?
I don't actually think I do.
Val should. She is a wizard with almost every spell in the book. So
pretty much. Yeah.
Val's like, all right, sit down, and kind of starts talking to him about how he's using this effect. Disguise self is a level 1 spell, so this isn't actually very hard. I'm gonna have him roll an Arcana check, and he actually gets a +9.
Can I assist him?
Sure, cool. Advantage. 19.
23.
Wait, what?
Never mind.
No, that was with
Yeah.
advantage.
Yeah.
He rolls a 19. And he starts to kind of produce some of the effects. You would spend a little while on this. This is something fairly difficult and not just it's only really even possible because of the way that he's using the weave right now. Normal spellcasters wouldn't be able to pick up on something this quickly at all, but he's been able to manipulate this effect, and you gather that he could do this with basically any low-level spell. But once he starts getting into higher levels, the energy needed to maintain conjuration of the weave would just kill him. So it's like he can do a lot of really low-level shit, but he'll never be able to do full spellcasting at all. But I would say after about 2 hours of this, he starts to get it, and all of a sudden you see him, and he just changes all of his skin blue, and he's like, oh, that's adorable. And he starts changing the colors of his skin and the color of his eyes and stuff, and you see him do this like 20 times, and you're like, wait a minute, I can't cast a 20 level 1 spell. Well, you might be able to now, but and you kind of gather that what he's doing is manipulating multiple cantrips to produce this effect. Orcs don't drown. and he now knows the disguise self spell.
All right. So then, with that, yeah, work on your accent, and you should be able to get some funding.
Excellent. I appreciate this. This was very helpful.
Maybe
Maybe
time for fellow purveyor of knowledge.
excellent. Maybe in 6 to 10 years, I'll have a library that's fitting of intellect such as yours and mine.
How long do orcs live?
They don't live a terribly long time, but it's not a short life.
Okay.
Unless they're, I mean, average life expectancy for an orc is about 20 years, but that's mostly just because they're all running at each other, murdering each other constantly.
Okay, so what about an orc that isn't doing
Left
that?
left alone, they can live almost as long as humans can.
Oh, okay.
A little bit shorter.
I just wanted to make sure he wasn't being facetious.
No.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. So maybe you can point us in the direction of a more notable library. No offense.
No, none taken. You should probably go directly to the temple district and see if you can find a house of knowledge here. I'll give you a map.
Perfect. Thank you very much.
And he produces a map of the city and hands it to you, and he points out the temple district, which is this small section in the center of the city. You can actually see right here, this kind of area is the temple district, and this is where the temples exist, and most of the clergy that tends to them either lives in the temples or near them. So this is a bunch of houses and temples basically right here. And with that, we're gonna break away from Lili and Val. And what?
I never caught your name. I'm sorry.
My name is Hoglan. That's
Okay. And Lily bows. I apologize, but I'm Lenore Moonblade.
It is fantastic. Hugh, his name's Hugh. It is fantastic to meet you, and he kind of bows as well. I shall get to work on perfecting this and a new accent and possibly other things shortly.
All right. We hope to see you around then.
You will.
And with that, I leave.
Okay. I'll walk away. Panel cut. We're moving over to Oz and the Ozettes. What are you guys doing as a group right now?
One, love the name.
No. Not going to
The
happen.
DM said it. That makes it canon.
No.
Oh, you guys are about to get a whole barrage of names. I really hope you're ready for what's about to happen with the names.
I'm not.
They're all going to be in character as well. Every one of them.
All right. I think we'd be heading to the Enclave to get Groin,
Okay.
to get G money.
I broke
Yeah.
off.
Unless you guys wanted to get Lenara first.
Um,
Why did they just say her full name?
Yeah, that freaks me out.
Maybe my talk actually worked.
I didn't even know you knew her full name.
oh, Lily's or
I mean, Lily didn't know Oz's full name, so.
I think that's by design. All right, are you guys picking up Lili or no?
Yeah, I think we should pick up Lili first.
I broke off to go to my house to go get them, and then go to my mother's shop. So
Oh, you're going to your mother's shop?
yeah, I was going to go to the house. I have to go pick up Shadow Scale and Anexia and Jeff. So I left them
Right.
all at the
Are you
house.
rejoining the group to go to the Enclave or no?
Sure.
You would have plenty of time for this.
Okay.
In
Stop
fact,
dog.
from the jail, your house is actually on the way to the Enclave. So,
All right.
and your mother is up, kind of busying about and getting ready for the day. You grab your pets. I don't think anybody knows where the hell Lili and Val are. So if you guys want to try to find them, that's up to you.
Was it Herug name?
Kroglin.
Hugh.
I can't pronounce it.
Oh,
His
there's
name's Hugh.
actually an L in there.
Yes.
Oh,
Kroglin.
okay.
His name's Hugh. Fuck it.
His name is Hugh.
It is currently kind of sun's getting a little low. It's not quite nighttime, but
So Oz lifts his wrist up to his mouth and says, "Hey, Lili, where are you?"
perfect.
I don't know
Lili.
if she's within 500 feet.
Ooh, yeah, those are within 500 feet. You're right.
Yeah.
No, Lili is definitely not within 500 feet of you guys, so never mind.
Don't you don't know? He had a good idea. You give it
This
to
is
him.
the
You
one
have a good
time
idea.
we've used it since we got these.
Lili, roll me.
To be
You know,
fair,
I'll-
this is why I hadn't used them yet because
No. Oz and Lili
figured-
both roll me a d20.
Okay.
We're gonna see where the paths cross.
17. Nice. 4.
Hey, hold on.
You
Yeah,
guys.
that's 21.
Well, it's not about the height of the number; it's about how close your numbers were, and they couldn't be a whole lot farther apart than that. So there is no response, unfortunately.
which is fairly accurate to the story.
Bad news, guys. Lili's dead.
I speak into the bracelet and be like, Oz, we can all hear you. Well, except Inazuma, but I can hear you.
And apparently Lili, because she's dead.
Groin can't hear you.
Can I test it and see if I can get a hold of Lili?
No, because
Yeah.
you're with the group. The whole point of the d20 rolls was to see if the group and Lili's path ever collided at all,
Oh,
and it did not.
I imagine at some point we'd just be like walking down different sides of the street and just not paying attention
Yes,
to
at
each
some
other.
point, like Lili and Val are walking right here, and you guys are like walking right here, just right
Yep.
across the block from each other.
Yeah, that sounds about right. Alright,
Okay.
well, Lili's dead,
Lili is not
so I
dead,
guess we'll
Oz.
just get a new cleric.
Ow.
I didn't say I want a new cleric, I said we would get one.
All right, fair. I'll take it.
So true.
Okay, so I guess we just go get Groin, make sure he's not dead.
Okay.
I did want to send Ascending to Groin
Sure.
at some point.
What does it say?
Groin, I know you're not very happy with me right now, but I just wanted to apologize for. Oh God, hold on.
Banishing him?
I'm sorry. I didn't banish him.
Oh,
Her
that's right,
mother
your
did.
mom did.
Okay.
You were in the right. That's it.
How many words do I get to send back again?
25.
25. All right, let's do some Twitter. No. No. Fuck off. And take that crazy bitch mother with you. That fits.
Oh.
Damn.
Oh.
That's accurate.
Okay.
And then it was
and- ...
and thank you. Because he would feel bad after saying that.
Okay. I was about to start crying. Holy shit.
Fucking Rip
But like
Lili.
both of those are still completely realistic.
I
Yeah.
mean, no, I know. But yeah.
Rip
The thank
Lili.
you. The thank you.
I'm gonna put a gravestone in Hillsfar for Lili's feelings. All right. You guys head back to the Enclave. Groin, we're finally at you, man.
Yeah, what up,
That's why I told you early on you could probably just afford to skip it because it's gonna take us a second to get to Groin's part. This is a narrative clusterfuck. What's Groin up to?
He's been drinking and chilling and probably chewing on red leaf and shit.
All right. There is an atmosphere of joviality in this Emerald Enclave, and it's not even just all joviality. It's just everyone here is just not worried about shit. They are just having a good time. Fucking every now and then somebody will go, "Oh shit, we ran out of this, and somebody's like, yeah, I mean, just run into town, let's go. And then they'll run into town, and then they'll come back 20 minutes later, and everybody's fine again. It's been an experience meeting these people, and you've met quite a few individuals here that all share a similar ideology to you, very similar ideology. And it's maybe comforting is a bad word for it, but it does feel a little bit more at home, a little bit more familiar than what you might have expected from this city. And where is precisely? All right then. Where is exactly Groin? Is he like near where he came in, or
yeah, wherever that the first guy that we met? I don't even remember what he looks like anymore. But
he's
like
a big blue dragonborn?
yeah, that guy. Wherever the tent that he put us in, Groin would just be chilling there.
Okay. And that's not terribly far into the Emerald Enclave. It's pretty close to the entrance, and Oz has been there. So, Groin, you're chilling around the fire. Your friend has disappeared. You have no earthly idea where he's at, but everybody seems to be fine using his tent. And in general, it's just a kind of a. There's 4 or 5 individuals that have hung around this campfire for the last couple of hours, telling stories, bullshitting with each other. At one point, there was one guy, and he was super eccentric, and he was like doing magic tricks with these little wooden tokens, like coin magic type of stuff, out of character. And it's just been a good time playing music, stuff like that. And you turn and see Oz helming the way towards into this area, and you see the group that you've been traveling with behind him. Directly.
Except for Lili Val, correct?
Yep.
Yeah, Lili and Val are not actually there.
Okay.
And I'm glad it worked out this way.
What's going on? What's up, y'all?
Hey,
Nothing, man.
darling.
Just-
How you feeling?
Coming to get you, ready to go.
I don't know. I want to go. I don't think I will.
Come again for Big Fudge?
He's saying he wants to stay, Oz.
Like, listen, and Eve, don't take offense to this, but outside of you, nobody gets me. I'm like a social pariah in this group. And
Whoa.
instead,
That's what makes you you.
let me talk. I'm always shoved to the side, but here they all understand me. They all accept me, and they all think as I do. So I don't know I can leave.
But what about us?
Stay with me, man. I don't want to leave you, but like, I don't know. I can't go back to be with her. And I point past Eve. Like, I can't do it. They sent me somewhere else. Like, I can't. Like, I don't know. I can't put it into words.
I can't just not try to convince you. I mean, I want you to be happy, but I can't lose you, man. Bud.
Groin, roll me a wisdom check. Oz, roll me a persuasion check, please.
I have an 18 in wisdom.
Mm-hmm.
really low.
Are you wanting me? So specifically, are you wanting me to kind of dictate what the roles themselves mean, or are you
you're
deciding?
completely dictating everything.
I'm gonna say the higher your wisdom, the more kind of calm. The higher your wisdom check, the more kind of cool-headed and collected you are with this, and kind of the more logical you become. Maybe not logic, but the more Oz affects you, the higher your wisdom scores. And the higher the persuasion score, the same thing. So low wisdom, low persuasion, bad. High wisdom, high persuasion, good. High wisdom, low persuasion, neutral, etc.
Mm-hmm.
And with this score, this is mostly a positive thing, and you kind of see the hurt on Oz's face. And he seems like Oz isn't usually a serious type, and you've only seen him be straightforward and serious, really serious a few times, and this seems to be one of them.
Look, man. I would consider it if I just knew that I would be not welcome isn't the right word, but accepted, and that people would change. I want to trust them.
I mean, I think I get it, but I don't have words, man. But I just don't have the words.
Another set of checks. Oh. What's Oz's physical reaction to all this? Like, is he?
I think Oz sheds a tear.
Oh shit. You definitely see this is emotional pain right here for Oz, and it's very clear. And your head is perfectly clear to make the decisions that you need to make.
I mean, you gotta do what you gotta do, bud. And I'll always be there.
Yeah. On seeing that tear, Groin would immediately respond. Look, okay. Look, I'm sorry. I'll come.
No, dude, do what
Okay.
you gotta do.
And
I get it.
Groin stands up and dusts himself off and. All right, let's go.
And if
I
I
don't.
may add something, if it really hurt you that bad, you need to tell her. You need to tell her.
I have told her. She doesn't listen.
I'm telling you, Groin. Nothing's gonna change, man.
Let's go.
But I do agree.
It's up to me.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
Groin, are you?
Groin's staying with the party.
Okay.
Let's go.
All
So
right.
Says his goodbyes to the Enclave.
Yeah, and they are super chill about what just happened. They're just like, oh man, you guys cool? Like, you guys want to sit down and chill for a bit? There's like this one elf lady, and she looks like she has partied her ass off for the last 100 years, and she is just hanging off of the one of the branches on the tree, kind of swinging her hand down. She's probably like maybe 15 feet from you guys, and she obviously heard everything that just happened, and she's like, you guys need some substance, maybe some substances, but you at least need some substance. I think you need a hug.
Groin tentatively gives a hug.
No, Eve, let him finish. He was talking.
Groin just tentatively gives a hug. It's like that awkward hug where you first give in middle school to your first significant other.
I love it.
Sorry, Eve. Go.
I was gonna tell Shadowscale to hug you.
You see, the dragon, Eve's dragon, kind of comes up and just kind of she doesn't hug you, but she like nuzzles your leg like a cat would.
Pets it on the head. It's an
She
animal.
is
It's cool.
she is very responsive and she enjoys the shit out of it.
She acts
All
like
right.
a big cat, doesn't she?
Something like that.
Okay. Whew.
Let's get going.
God.
Where's the other two?
Somewhere in the 7 libraries in that city. Probably lost.
Let us go find them.
Those rolls though.
Those rolls.
Those rolls, yeah.
Yeah, right? Holy shit. I don't think that could have worked better.
Yeah, I was gonna have one more round, but I felt like that was a good natural conclusion.
I say to Groin, I didn't say it, but it's good to see you again. I know I came in kind of out of nowhere.
Good to see you too, Suma. Good to see you.
It's funny watching him getting hit with an axe. I'd imagine it right to the face, right?
Huh?
Oh, the axe from Thor? Yeah, that was
That
a
was funny
smack
to
with the
watch.
flat of the axe directly in the side of his face.
Like a bitch slap.
Yes. That was pretty funny.
Holy
Yeah,
moly!
I'm
Pretty
glad
clear.
everyone was amused by that.
Yeah, it's pretty clear that your god doesn't know how to swing an axe. You want to hit him with the sharp.
You wanna say that to him right now? Because I can talk to him.
Yeah, sure, bud. Clearly he needs lessons.
Dude,
Or apparently
stop bugging
you don't know
your
what
god
you're doing.
about every little thing. I don't do that with the Raven Queen.
You all hear like, no, it's cool. I'm trying to learn how to do this, and this is the first champion I've had. Sorry, I was eating.
No, I mean it's cool if you enjoy it, but
I've got to learn somehow. I kind of stopped, doing god things. And I need to do some god things again. Oh god. I don't know how to use an axe. You're correct. I usually use a hammer, and the hammer usually uses the flat end. But maybe one day you can show me.
You're pretty cool, Thor. All right, tell us where those two crazy ladies are.
I don't know where 2 crazy ladies are.
None of you know.
They're somewhere. They were going for the
No,
library.
I was asking Thor. He was
Oh,
talking to
Thor.
us.
Oh, Thor's like-
Non-detect.
Thor.
Huh?
Yeah, they're under non-detection. Thor's like,
Shoot.
Oh
Hold on.
yeah, they are, aren't they?
I'll get back to you in a bit.
Could I track them by smell somehow?
Your senses are sharp, but this is the middle of a city. Like, you can technically find them with survival rolls, but the DC in a city is way higher than it would be in nature, because that's the nature of a city. Like, you don't have snapped twigs and stuff like that. So it is very difficult to track people in a city.
The Enclave, though. I'm just kidding.
I couldn't hear anything you
Said
said. You cut
something
out again.
about the Enclave.
I was making a joke. I said I was in the Emerald Enclave. That's technically woods, but I know what you mean.
Oh yeah. The Emerald Enclave is this pink part in the city up here.
Yeah. That I understand.
So it doesn't cover that much.
Yeah.
Sure. Panel cut. Lili and Val, what are you guys doing? You have found a house of knowledge in the Temple District.
Okay, so cool. There's actually a couple of books I want
And
to look up.
it is fucking enormous. This is the biggest library you have ever seen in your entire life, including the Lyceum. It spans 3 city blocks.
Well, shit.
Yeah.
I guess we go in.
Like,
I don't.
these buildings right here,
Yeah.
this is all a house of knowledge.
That's a lot of knowledge.
And Val's just like, how did we miss this earlier?
I don't know. Maybe we're just bad.
Maybe. Do you guys enter?
Yeah.
Holy. Have you ever? Okay, I don't know if you've ever seen the inside of the Peabody Hotel.
No.
But for those of you that have, this is a library that is essentially built like the Peabody Hotel. You go in, it has like statues and busts and sculptures along the main entry hall, and it leads out into this massive open foyer that's just it's got a huge fountain in the center, and everything here is marble, like nice cloths, cottons, silks, gold, onyx inlays. Everything around here is it's opulent, almost too opulent. It's like, oh shit, this is a lot of money spent on this, on looking nice. But it also is really functional. They have several different assistant golems. For a reference, the one in Neverwinter, the House of Knowledge in Neverwinter, which is one of the largest in Faerun, has one assistant golem. You can see 4 from entering into the foyer.
Holy shit.
And the assistant golems are all like helping people around, getting books down from the higher shelves and stuff like that. And it is just in general, like, you're not entirely sure how many books or how much information is contained within this library, but you are absolutely positive that you couldn't sort through it all if you lived to be 10,000 years old.
Challenge it. You have it in you.
Wow.
Bigger than that curse library.
I don't even know where to begin. Oh! I'm gonna get the attention of one of the golems.
Okay. One of them comes over and it's basically just an not animatronic. It's basically just an animated golem, imbued with a very limited amount of sentience. And it kind of comes up to you and, hello, how can I help you today?
Yeah, I was wondering if you had books on soul golems.
Okay, 1 second. He's got like, soul golems. Kind of see him turn around and move through a few pages on this kind of lectern that they have there, and that would be in section 94 SZ5. I can take you there if you'd like.
Sure.
Excellent. Please follow me. This will be a bit of a walk.
Okay.
And you enter in. Val is like, even Val at this point is just like, what the fuck? Why have I never been here? And the robot, Golem robot, same thing. He is explaining a few things as you go. We have state of the art.
A little more.
Huh?
Oh, I didn't know I was muted. I wasn't muted. Sorry.
No, you're good. You're good.
It's okay.
He's like, we have state of the art nutrition centers here so that people can spend their days here if they choose to. And he kind of motions to one. It's like this very small booth set into several of the bookshelves, and you walk in and you can select like various foods and stuff there, and it can materialize food for a fee. It's essentially a concession stand that's automated.
Yeah, cool. Do you have housing here too?
We do not have housing here, but there is a very nice inn nearby that has housing for up to 355 individuals, 356 occasionally.
Like, lean over to Val. Can we just not leave? Can we just live here?
I think we need to stay. And you're led through. While the building itself is rather large, it shouldn't take you too long to walk the length of the building, and you quickly realize that you are in the middle of a maze. It is a huge maze, and the robot leads you through it expertly before finally stopping at one section, and he turns and kind of waves his hand at this set of bookshelves, and you see that there are probably about a dozen books on various Soul Golem-esque topics.
Oh God. What would you recommend first?
I don't read. I'm not that intelligent. I simply know where everything is. I can do simple tasks.
Well,
If you would like me to make a recommendation, I can generate one randomly.
no, that's fine. You should really believe in yourself. Maybe then you'll be smarter.
I do not have a sense of will or sentience.
It was a joke, buddy.
Belief is for those who have senses of will or sentience.
Yep, it was a joke.
I
It's
don't
okay.
understand your joke.
Yep. Thank you very much for your
Humor
help.
is outside of my grasp. I appreciate you, though.
I appreciate you too.
That was an automated response.
You had to ruin it. All right.
If you need any further assistance, don't hesitate to contact me or one of my other me's. Thank you. Kind of turns around and he stalks off. Somebody else kind of calls him down. They're like, "You got any good reading in here?" It's like, "Excuse me, I have to deal with an idiot."
I guess I just pull the first one to the left down.
Sure. This one is this one is on soul binding, and its nature. It is soul binding and the nature of the mechanical. And it's. Are you reading through it?
Yeah.
Pretty hefty volume. Roll me an intelligence check to see how much of this you manage to absorb.
Oh, God.
Val's gonna start reading through it. She's like, "Are we researching this now?" Oh no. Guidance?
Oh, right.
Yeah,
That's a thing.
that's a thing.
60.
Okay. You get a bit of information regarding soul golems and how they are created and stuff. Most of this you kind of already knew, so it goes by rather quickly. But there's a few tidbits in here that are pretty key, and one of them is the ability for a soul golem to contain itself within multiple bodies at once, rather than being restricted to a single one. It's a little bit more of a complex design, and it's fairly untested, but it is technically, theoretically possible.
What? Hold on, what? I'm gonna start reading the others.
Okay. You go through a couple of books. I need another intelligence check, just one more, and you can guidance this. I'll say Val's helping you because she's not rolling right now.
That's a 25.
Okay. You pour over the rest of the books. 12 of them. Each of them is roughly about 2,000 to 3,000 pages. Val, Lili, you don't have keen mind, so you don't have a photographic memory. I would say that this is going to take you the rest of the night and into the morning.
Oh dear.
So you could read all of these books, or you could just poke around at the rest of them because it's already kind of late.
Oh no, I'm reading all of them.
Oh, okay. You will incur a level of exhaustion for
Yeah,
this.
that's fine.
Okay. And Val passes out next to you at some point. After getting some of the delicious food, they have like a literal chocolate cake generator. But okay, so what you learn from this, I will message you the rest, but you essentially know almost all of the public knowledge that is available on soul golems after reading this. You know that soul golems can, number one, they are a soul that is basically trapped within a gem that is enchanted to interact with the weave. Rather than proceeding into the afterlife or wherever else the soul would go, the soul gets trapped within this gem through a binding ritual. That is very short, takes moments to occur. Once the ritual is complete, that soul is now bound to that gem, and then you can take the gem and attune it to multiple bodies. The multiple bodies part is something that's exceptionally difficult to do, and has only been tested a few times throughout history, but in general, one body kind of suffices with a soul golem, and while they are attuned to that body, then they can kind of they can control that body as if it was one of their own. The body has to, number one, be vaguely humanoid in nature. It cannot be like a dog, for instance, or anything like that. It has to have 2 arms, 2 legs, and be bipedal. And it has to have a head. This is simply just a part of the ritual itself. It's not known why this is a thing. Out of game, it's a thing because I'm not doing dog robots. Not today. So
Maybe later then.
I have seen Kingsman 2. We ain't doing this, but you do know that it is 100% possible to cause this soul gem to attune to multiple bodies at once, and the most that's ever been successfully trialed were 4 bodies at the same time. And it was observed that the soul could actually hop between these bodies so long as they existed on the same plane of existence. And the soul gem was safe. You know that if a soul gem is too far away from its body, generally the body ceases functioning. However, there are ways around this. There are technically ways to bind a gem to a body that is, number one, non-organic, that would allow the body to function there was almost no range limit on non-organic bodies. You can fashion organic bodies, but they have a range limit, number one. And number two, they are obviously a little bit more brittle than non-organic bodies. Non-organic bodies, it kind of details how to make those, and that's adamantine and mithril materials. Adamantine, steel, and mithril are required to make these. And probably a copious amount of drugs, because the creation process for the bodies takes 6 days of almost straight work.
Okay.
The soul gem takes a month of work, and the cheapest they could produce a soul gem for was 10,000 gold. The bodies, the cheapest they could get them down to was 1,000. What's the D&D equivalent of Coke? We're going to go out. We're just going to say fuck it. And we're going to say skooma.
What about No, never mind.
Nope, we're just going to say skooma. Fuck it.
Okay, skooma.
It's skooma. Well, there's moon sugar. Yeah, it's moon sugar. We're stealing a little bit from the Elder Scrolls here because I don't have an equivalent right now. Which is freaking hilarious, Moonblade doing moon sugar. But and I will message you the rest of what you learn. There's a whole lot that goes into the creation of a soul golem and how they function, and most of it is not well understood and poorly tested.
Okay. I'm assuming you have this all written down, right?
I do.
Okay, yeah, just send me it all.
Yeah, I will.
All right, cool. And after finishing that last book, Lili just kind of passes out, like.
Just on the table.
Yeah.
Okay, Lili's just.
Is there a
on
carpet?
The floors in here are wood.
Then
Really
yeah,
nice hardwood.
on the table.
Okay. And you can see where there's like places where they have like these little uncomfortable lumps in the floor that are like designed to keep people from sitting on the floor. But all right. And Lili has passed out. Had everyone else gone to sleep for the night?
Well, we were going to go look for her. And
Oh yeah,
I
you were
would
gonna go look
figure
for Lili.
She'd be in the biggest library possible.
Yeah, and you kind of have an idea of where this is. So we're going to kind of zoom back in time just a little bit here. And we're going to do some time shenanigans. I will say it's pretty easy for you guys to find the biggest library. Eve, you have an idea of where it is, and you know. Eventually, you guys arrive. It is now late at night. Sun has set, moon is high in the sky. It's getting pretty late, but you do eventually arrive at the library, and you see the same several golems that I described earlier in the same sites. Lili is nowhere in sight currently.
So we either look for her or we hold out hope for tomorrow.
Oz lifts his wrist up to his mouth and yells really loud, "Lili, are you in the bookhouse?"
One of the golems turns around and goes, "That's not very appropriate. You should lower your volume immediately." And then turns back around and continues like filing books. Lili, you get that, and this is in the middle of you like reading this really interesting paragraph of like it's detailing exactly how the weave folds itself into the soul gem, and it's just got you entranced, and then all of a sudden you just hear this Oz shouting in your head.
How invasive is it?
Oh, it's uncomfortably
very
invasive.
Uh-huh.
It's like getting injected with liquid mercury
Alright.
into your brain.
She looks at Bruce. Yes? Hi?
Guys, what do we say now?
You can literally speak to her, and I have
I'm-
my hand up.
Find any interesting books?
Yes, I'm reading a very interesting passage on soul golems right now. Before I was
Sorry.
interrupted very loudly.
Did you find anything about Thor?
No?
Oh, right.
She doesn't care about your needs.
I wouldn't say that. I was just... Have you seen this library?
Yeah, it just
Yes.
looks
I
like
lived here,
a bunch of
You've seen it.
books.
so yes.
Where are you?
This is the biggest library I've ever seen in my life.
Duh.
Duh.
So, where are you in this place?
Hold on. Actually, you know what? No. I have no idea.
Okay.
I mean, I'm sure you could extrapolate a position based on the distance that you offer me, and we're within 500 feet. So,
What are you reading?
Is there any?
I'm reading a book on soul golems.
And Groin turns to one of the big things and says, "Hey, where would I find books on soul golems?"
Oh, fuck, that's really smart. Holy shit.
Oh, I do
Good job.
believe that I could lead you to them if you'd like.
Yeah, let's
please.
go.
How interesting. We had an elf woman in here earlier that did say that she was also looking for soul golem books, and those are not very sought after. Come with me.
Can you carry me? Can you carry me?
He turns around and looks at you, and he kind of sizes you up, and I'm afraid I cannot. You are slightly too heavy for my frame.
Can you carry me?
He looks at you. I think I can. He picks you up and starts carrying you, but it's like the uncomfortable pickup where he just picks you up from the armpits.
Like under armpits and carries
Yeah.
out in front.
Yep.
Like how
and
you
he's just
carry a cat?
Like a
Yes,
like a
exactly.
baby.
Yep.
In the middle of it, I look down at Oz. Oz, this isn't comfortable.
It looks fun though.
and you guys see the various like nutrition stations, and the golem gives you the same exact talk that he gave Lili about how you could stay here theoretically for days, and that blah blah blah, and it is just a bore.
Why would anyone want to stay here for days?
There's
I've
Occasionally,
been
we
here
do have
5
months.
minutes and I want to die.
Occasionally, we have scholars that need to stay here for quite some time in order to research the subjects that they have to research.
And that's why they get nowhere in life.
Up top.
I have the inability to disagree with you, but I would like to disagree. And
But
eventually,
you can't, which means you agree.
I agree. And eventually, he rounds the corner and sets you down, Groin, and you guys see Lili. Val is asleep on a table. There is a cup of coffee and a cup of tea, both half drink, and there is this little plate of fish stuff. You're not really even sure what it is. It's not even sushi at this point. It's something else entirely. And it's also just half eaten, and she is just laid out across the table with like her arm on the table, just asleep.
Cool.
And
Can I pull her
Lili's
chair
there
up
with a
under
book. You can.
At the same time, you guys pull
Will.
out. I slap my hand in front of on the desk, like in front of her to wake her up.
Okay. You pull out. I'll give her a dex save for this one. 16. Her dex is 4. Yeah.
Yeah.
No,
5.
Oh, it's 5. Yeah,
Yeah.
because of mage armor. Okay. Well, because with mage armor, she's got 18.
What?
And then
I think her dex is 20.
yeah, I think her dex is 20. Yeah. She manages to quickly catch herself, and she and you see she's already got a spell primed, and she's like, what the fuck?
Groin's just sitting in front with that like big toothy smile, that creepy toothy grin.
You look like
Still
you
mad at
needed
you.
to wake up.
Yes. Hello. Oz, it's nice to see you again. Groin, I believe your name is. Believe, yeah. I believe I have an apology to give you.
Well, this sounds forced.
Look, I'm pretty bad at these, but I'm trying. Probably wrong of me to react in the way that I reacted. And I
mean-
do apologize.
I mean, Lili deserved it.
Right.
Banishing that poor person.
Right.
All right, look. I appreciate that you are making an attempt.
This is
Failing, but making an attempt.
Well, I don't fail at many things, so I guess this is something that I can be bad
Which
at.
is perfectly fine. I forget.
You could do it, Groin.
Forget it. It's okay.
You could do it.
I think what just happened is we had an exchange, and both of us realized that the exchange is a little too difficult. We cool? I believe is the phrase.
Groin straight up daps her up, dude.
she returns the gesture awkwardly, like she's never made it before. She's all right.
And
Okay.
Lili.
Huh? Like Lili
I-
looks up from the book like the first time, and she's like, "When did you guys get here?"
I apologize for cursing you out earlier.
Oh no, it's fine. You were totally in the right. I was a total asshole to that guy.
Oh no. You don't understand, Lili. Groin almost left us because of you.
No,
What?
it's okay.
What?
It's not okay to me.
What?
Same
But
here.
why?
I have to agree.
No.
Remember that whole thing about maybe being less impulsive we talked about a while ago?
Yeah,
You could maybe work on it a little bit.
I mean, I know I need to work on it, but like,
I was trying to get him to go away, and I was trying to engage him so you guys could have a private moment. And then you banished him.
I'm sorry. Okay, I'm still recovering from like dying, and I just
alright.
wanted to be with my mother. Okay.
Guys,
I die all the time.
guys,
Alright.
remember, it's okay. Lili, the amount of passion you have for these books, maybe take like, I don't know math, but like a small part of it, and maybe devote that towards maybe your social skills, and it'd be a lot better. I probably could do that too. We're all good.
Groin, I think what you're trying to say is take 10% off of the top.
10 prednisone. Yes.
Yep.
God
That's
damn
it.
Lili drops the book and hugs Groin.
Kids, anybody listening, don't take 10 prednisone. That's generally a bad idea.
Gosh.
No,
Unless it's off the top.
It's actually the amount that you're supposed to take. It's just that you take it over a period of time.
Right.
Anyway.
Yes.
Not
Don't
all
take
at once,
it all
kid.
at once.
Not all at once.
Anyways, you said you hugged Groin, and
Yeah.
Groin does that like awkward thing where like he doesn't hug back and his arms are strictly to his side, and then like
Yeah, she squeezes you really tightly, and she's like, I'm so sorry. I didn't.
and he just stands there, and then once she steps back, he pats her on the like forehead and is like, "That's okay, kid."
That
Of
takes
course,
5 minutes.
it takes. Oh god.
Oh dear. Is
She's
that
basically
good or
crying
bad?
into your shoulder right now.
All right, Groin consoles her. If she's crying, Groin consoles her.
I'm sorry. That was- I
It
will-
seems to be so.
Like just Loki.
And she like wipes the tears from her eyes. I'm sorry. I'm really trying. I am.
I believe you, and we can all do better. Now, let's get out of this. What's it called
Bookhouse.
again?
Bookhouse.
library?
Library.
Goodberry. Let's get out of this Goodberry. And
Val is kind of like, I kind of like bookhouse. I think I'll stay here.
I also would like to finish reading these books. These are very important to me.
Can we just take them out?
It's a house of knowledge. You can't rent books.
Yeah, you can't take
Oh,
No. You
can't.
heard me wrong. Can we take it out?
No, I'm not stealing books from a house of knowledge.
no one said you had to do it.
Don't look at me.
Don't look at me.
No,
I'm not
we're not
stealing
stealing
books.
books from a house of knowledge.
All right, how long is it gonna take you?
Hey, Groin, how many of these books can we fit in my armor?
Reading this many words a minute.
A lot,
These
buddy.
books are all about this
Really wanna
morning.
be stealing-
All right, we will stay here. And Groen sits down and starts
we
playing
can
Thumb of War.
retire. While they're reading, we can retire to my house.
But what if Oz wanted to read something?
Do you want to read something, Oz? I need to go check on Mom to make sure she found that ring that I need her to get.
I was thinking about getting a drink unless anybody wants to go with me.
Do you guys have books with pictures in them?
Probably.
Groen grabs Oz by the arm and pulls him down forehead to forehead and says, Oz, between you and me, I bet we could learn how to read some.
Some. Do
I
you
don't-
guys have books on beer?
Ooh.
Yes.
Ooh, that'd be a good one to look
I
at.
One
would
of-
probably.
One of the robots overhears this, and we have many books on home brewing and beer and hops and other things related to brewing your own beers.
See if they
Okay,
got anything
well,
for deep
get rid of the-
mushrooms.
Get rid of the home brewing, because I'm not playing board games.
Oh,
God damn it.
Fourth fucking wall, baby.
some fourth wall shit right here. We Deadpool now.
Oz is red.
God damn it.
But
All right.
seriously, you, Oz and Groen, I'd like you to meet my mother before, if we leave.
Do you have a mom?
Oh,
We're
dear
leaving?
Lord. No.
Everyone has a mother.
Yes, I have.
Yeah,
a
mine's right
mom.
here.
Let's not talk about mothers. Anyways, Oz, I'm thinking of a number between 1 and 10. Pick.
6.
Should have said
Alright.
cucumber.
We're going to see your mother.
Oh.
Hey, Lili, can you bring some books to us about beer once we're done?
She
Again,
can't take the book out of the house.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. I could find some and write down some information. What do you want to know?
If only there was a device that we could use to save an image of something.
Oh, too bad my
Are-
gift is gone.
I'll tell you what. You don't need to write it down because I can't actually read. So just kind of, if you get a minute, maybe learn something about it. We're gonna
Or-
go meet, or.
Draw a picture of it.
Ooh, that'd be useful.
Hold on. Okay, but there's a lot of topics on the matter. I don't
can bring them
What-
back.
I don't know what you know. I don't know much.
We
I don't know
know
what you
how
want
to
to.
make it. We
Okay,
more or less
so
need to know how to not kill ourselves or people drinking it.
you want safety measures and precautions?
What? Who are you talking to?
You.
That's exact. Oh god.
Yeah. You just keep doing what you're gonna do. We're gonna go meet Mama Eve.
So you don't want information?
I feel like this is a loaded question.
No.
I feel. Just read your.
Read your book.
I have sending. Like I can.
What is that book about?
This book's about soul golems.
No. He asked, "What is it about?" Not asked you to say gibberish.
Those.
I don't-
I point at one of the Mechanose golem.
Oh, okay.
Something
Actually, we're not
That's
soul
not a soul
golems.
golem.
But I was gonna say something similar.
The Guardian.
Yes, the Guardian.
Oh, okay. Cool.
how to make those, essentially.
Why would you want to make that?
For Luna.
That thing hurt me.
Luna
That thing
will hurt
killed
you.
me. You want Luna to kill me.
No.
God fucking damn it.
Or sorry, no, this is completely in character.
Why would you think
I know.
that?
It's funny. She thinks a sword can kill me, but it can't.
But if it's big
Not
and
unless
strong,
I'm-
it can.
kill Oz.
Not unless I'm holding this sword.
High five.
Oh god.
I'm not
Okay.
holding swords for Lili anymore.
I
think we should leave her to her books, and we'll move on.
I'll
Did you say
gladly-
bugs?
I said books. That's how you say it, right, Lili?
yes, books.
Okay, yes, books. Okay.
And I'll gladly bring you guys back here and we'll read about brewing.
If I never have to come back here again, I'll be happy.
Yeah, this place smells weird.
So, I'm not reading anything about brewing.
No,
No.
we'll figure it out on our own.
You only need like one eye. So what happens if we lose one? It's okay.
Right? I've got 2 eyes.
I got
One of
two.
which is perfectly good.
Oh dear.
Okay. Luna
Okay.
writes
I
down
have-
something in her notebook. All right.
We'll be back at the house. Come see us in the morning. Okay.
Okay, point of order real quick. Oz still has his mask on.
Oh my god, yes.
Yeah.
Which isn't terribly unusual in Hillsfar, as there are some people that do wear masks in public. They're usually a bit higher up, though, so kind of, I guess the stares you would get at this point aren't ones of, God, what the fuck? It's, oh shit, a rich person.
Well, that's accurate.
Maybe you could take a book from the House of Knowledge. And they'll be just like, oh, that's just a rich person doing a rich person thing.
Probably not.
Do I know the law on stealing a book from the Hillsfar?
Indeed, we don't let anybody remove books from the House of Knowledge, as that would be against our code. That includes clergy and rich people.
Whose code?
The House of Knowledge's code.
And where do they get
So-
their authority from?
The
We
god?
get our authority from the fact that we own the books.
But why do you own the books? Knowledge
Because
should
we
be
paid money
free,
for them.
man.
Knowledge is free. You can come and look anytime that you want.
Yeah, but what if
Knowledge is...
There is no charge for examining the books.
we wanted to take a book out of here?
Then unfortunately we cannot due to people stealing our books.
What if you took our name and we promised to bring it back in a certain amount of time?
We have
Or we
attempted
owed
this
you
many
money.
times. However, it is unfortunately an inefficient system. And out of character note, I have run a library. Fuck libraries. People are just like, I'm never gonna bring this back, and I'm like, you are going to die. I will come to your house and I will murder you in your
I don't
sleep.
think it, as a person who has done that, I don't think it has many people. It's not, it's more just like,
Some of
oh,
them,
shit,
no.
where did that book
Some of them,
go?"
it literally is. I'm not
Oh,
bringing
yeah,
the book
I
back.
mean, some of them.
I've
but-
called a person before, and they're just like, I don't think I'm bringing it back, and I'm like, what? Oh,
Some of
Okay.
us just lose them, okay?
that's
I'll be
okay.
right
I understand and expect losses. I don't understand blatantly just never bringing it back because, oh shit, I was a day late. I'm not gonna pay that $1 fee. Fucking repressed memories. Anyway, okay. And with that, let's see, what time are we at? Okay, we still got a little bit of time left. What are you guys doing now?
Actually-
Going to meet Mama Eve.
Inazuma just had a thought, and he's gonna wait until everybody leaves because he wants to talk
That's a
to
first.
Lili.
Do you guys head out?
Yeah, Groin's heading in the direction that Eves points him in because he has no clue where he's going.
Yeah,
They're going to your house, Eve.
I think Oz would try and grab a book and take it out of the place just to see if he could.
Oh, okay. Roll a sleight of hand check. You have to beat a 22.
Yikes!
I don't think you can. No, you have 3 decks. You technically can.
Oh, I can't. I did not.
You did not. You get the book off the shelf and you begin walking away with it. And as soon as you cross a certain threshold, kind of back into the main lobby, one of the golems stops you, holds a hand out, kind of clothesline style, and goes, "Can I please have that book?"
I don't know what a book is.
Unfortunately, you do. And he kind of bends down and takes the book out of your hand.
I
And he goes,
don't let go.
"You don't let it go."
Oh no.
Oz, it's okay, buddy. It's okay.
While I fully expect you to love this book, you cannot take it past this point. If you would like to read at one of the tables, you are more than welcome.
Oz, it's okay.
I'm going to have to ask you to let go of the book.
They shouldn't get to keep all the books, man.
I know.
They're bogarting the knowledge, dude.
Okay.
You are free to
Yes.
examine all the knowledge that you would like.
A house of knowledge is meant to protect the information within, also while giving it out to everybody.
Indeed,
that make
knowledge
sense,
should
sir?
be free, but not books. Books are expensive to produce, and if we gave them out for free, then we could no longer exist to give knowledge out for free.
How much is a book? Like $2, 2 gold?
The one in your hand was 17 gold.
That's it? What book is this?
There are 16.5 million books within this building.
What book did you steal, Oz?
This one's called Candyland. Dragon Adventures Ahoy.
Candyland Dragon.
Sounds
like a perfect one.
It is-
280,000 gold. We could totally
It
pay
is-
that.
It is. You
Yeah.
can tell very quickly that this is not a children's book.
Oz looks at the golem and he's like, that's only like 280 million gold.
Something approximately around that area. It might be more gold than the entire city of Waterdeep is worth.
Oz, I'll buy you a book if you want a book.
There is a
Oh,
bookstore connected to the back of this if you would like to buy certain issues.
No, there's not. No, there's not.
Fine. You want your book? You can have it.
I appreciate it very much. You may come back at any time. You are always welcome here in the House of Knowledge.
Can I just see it? Can I just see it one more time?
Certainly.
I swear I will not steal it.
Certainly. And he hands it back to you.
Damn it.
What was the strength for?
I was gonna throw it.
Okay, you throw it and it
Somehow
You're-
boomerangs.
as you sling it backwards, your hand hits a golem that you did not know was behind you that has been observing this whole thing, and you don't get a whole lot of momentum and chuck it forward, and the golem actually just let's see. Yeah, the golem actually just snatches it out of the air, and he's like, "I appreciate you."
Oz, these things are creepy. Let's get out of here.
This place is ridiculous. I
I
hate it
agree.
here.
I am very sorry for their. Well.
Me too.
Okay, let's go,
We're
boys.
getting into a philosophical argument with a
Sentient.
non-being.
Literally, just had a philosophical argument with the equivalent of an automated bill payment system.
No, that was legitimately straight out of HAL 9000. Is what that would.
Oh, actually, kind of, yeah. I mean, the voice is definitely HAL 9000. I
Yeah.
can't let you do that, Dave.
Can't let
Yeah,
you do that,
that's
Oz.
exactly where the voice is from.
Yeah.
Yep.
Anyways, okay, you guys exit and begin heading back.
Before Oz leaves, I say Oz, and I give him a wink, and I'm like, "Don't worry, you'll get the book one day."
Well, you wouldn't have seen that exchange at all,
Oh,
especially
really?
if not.
Shoot.
No. Like
Okay.
they are deep in like that. You are deep in the maze right now with Lili.
Oh Lord. Okay.
Yeah.
Never mind. Then, never mind.
Yeah, no, they were coming out of the maze, one of the entrances to the bookshelf maze. And it seems like once they got out of the maze, the golems are like, nope, not today.
Would I have heard it through the bracelet?
No, because you
have to
actually
learn.
activate it.
You also don't have one.
Oh yeah, you don't have one. That's right. You weren't.
Well,
You weren't there.
I was gonna take the one off Jeff and give it to him, but or should I do Snowflake? Oh, I mean, Shadow Scale.
Shadow Scale.
Yeah.
Yeah, Shadow Scale has one.
Hmm.
So you could give that to him if you'd like.
Yeah, I think I will. There you go.
Okay.
There you have one.
All right. Before they leave, Eve presents you with this small platinum band. It's very, very simple, not ornate at all.
It's so we can talk to each other. I whisper into it.
And you hear it in your head. It's like you. It's weird because you hear the verbal whisper, but then you also hear it in your head. It's kind of like what happens whenever Heather's over and I hear her through Discord, and also through real life. Disorienting.
It's disorienting with you too. Don't worry about it.
Good. So you guys exit the house, begin heading towards Eve's place. And what are you doing, Zuma?
Before I was walking out and I had a thought. I just remembered something.
Hmm?
And I turn to Lili and I say, Lili,
Yes.
you've kept up with our adventures, right?
With whose?
Well, I mean, in general, you're our scribe, right?
Lili looks a little bit offended. No, I do keep notes. I wouldn't say I'm the scribe.
Never mind. Forget I said that. Listen, last night I was having some trouble. I was having trouble sleeping, and I had a thought. What happened to Miriam?
Oh, now you care.
I've been wrecking my brain, with so many things, and now that I'm back, this way, I felt like I don't even remember the last time I spoke to her or what was said. I don't even remember.
Oh, would you like to talk to her?
What do you mean?
I mean, would you like to talk to her?
Right now?
Yes.
I guess so. Sure.
Would sending work like that? I think sending works like that, right?
You can talk to her, but you can't have somebody else talk to her.
Oh.
You can send a message,
Okay.
but you cannot you're not an operator or anything.
She'll know that it's you because she's familiar with you just a little bit.
I never got the teleportation circle for Hillsfar, did I?
You have not.
Okay, that's what I thought. Shit. Alright, well, we can do this one of two ways. You can talk to her through me, and I can send her sendings. Or sometime tomorrow, I can grab the teleportation circle for Hillsfar, and we could go back to Neverwinter. And you could talk to her in person. I would probably recommend the in person.
Why would you say that?
Call it woman's intuition.
Right. I don't know why I had this sudden urge, but I just been racking my brain this whole day of just things, and I just completely forgot about her, and I feel terrible. I went away. I was busy. I didn't even think to send her a message or even a letter.
You sent us.
I'm gonna like pat you on the shoulder. I would recommend you probably get a gift.
A gift?
A gift, yeah.
Well, what do you think I should get her?
Oh God, hold on.
You just asked an intelligent, socially awkward person to say, "Oh, what should I get her?"
Stephen Hawking, what should I get my girlfriend for Valentine's Day?
Wow.
No, Lili, you're gonna be rolling a charisma check for
Oh,
this
is
one.
that charisma? Okay.
Yeah.
All right, here we
Yeah,
go.
that's charisma.
Oh,
Perfect. There you go.
A book?
I was just about to say Lili should recommend a book.
A book, you say?
I'm gonna be really honest. I'm not 100% sure.
Well,
That's what I would like to get.
well, I was just about to ask, what would you like to get as a gift? But okay, I don't know. I mean, honestly, I don't really know her that well. I mean, I've met her a few times and talked, but I don't really know her that well.
Okay. Well, I mean, in some of the romance books that I get, like, you could go with, like, I don't even know what romance books in Middle Ages consisted of people getting.
We're gonna totally do a little bit of a ripoff, kind of a nod to Critical Role here. You read one recently called Tusk Love about a half orc, and it is it was a little raunchy, but it was also very, very romantic. It's essentially like it's on the same level as 50 Shades of Grey.
Oh my god! So not romantic at all.
It's not our brand of romance, but it is very much someone's brand of romance. Apparently, a large portion of the country.
Well, Lili's brand of romance is more like knight in shining armor stuff.
We're still gonna go with Tusk Love, and it was just so good that you could look past those things and see the value in the character building.
Oh my god!
oh
I will
god.
fight you.
Run away now.
Okay. You did read one called let's see. Let me think of a good one. It's called Dawn. It was about a budding priestess who was kind of just moved to a new town and wasn't sure exactly where who anyone there was, but she quickly got caught up in a romance between a half elf and a half orc, and the half orc was always kind of the more dangerous of the two, but the half elf was cunning and charming and beautiful to look at. But the danger kind of attracted her, and she got into this love triangle between the two, and eventually it ended. The book was very good up until a certain point in which it wasn't, but the first book in the series was pretty good, and everything else after that was kind of bad. So you just kind of pretend those don't work.
Alright, so what did the half elf get for a gift at any point in the book?
She gave him he was always very much into nature, so she gave him a potted plant at one point that was kind of that was enchanted to always lean in her direction.
Oh my god, that's so romantic. It hurts. Hold on.
This is romance?
I think that's really cute.
Here's
Here's this plant that always kind of grows. You know how some plants grow towards the sun? This one grows towards her.
Okay.
I think that's kind of cute.
I did just read a book. Okay. You could get her. Oh, that's adorable, so adorable. All right, get her a potted plant. All right, but like enchant it so that it always goes towards the direction that she's in.
That would be.
What? A potted plant that grows towards her? I don't know how to enchant things.
Can I make an Arcana check to see if I could?
Yeah, go ahead.
I'm against myself. Oh shit!
Oh God. That is nearly a max roll for you. Damn, 35. You didn't know how to enchant this until just a second ago. You're like, I don't think I can do it. Wait a second, I know how to do this. Fucking 35, yeah, you see space and time unfold before you.
Yeah, I can totally do it for you. what I know the materials required.
Yes. You'll need the potted plant. You'll need 10 gold of ruby dust, and you will need a hair from the person that the plant is going to be bonded to.
Oh God.
Would
Well,
I have any hairs on me?
Depends on who you're trying to bond. If you're trying to bond it to Zuma, I mean, that's pretty easy. If you're trying to bond it to Miriam,
You can have
Well-
Doctor.
we'll need I need 10 gold worth of ruby dust, the plant obviously, and probably a strand of hair from Miriam.
this is where it starts to get creepy. This is where we transform from romance into
Yeah, I think we did that a little bit ago, friend.
no. The plant is cute, but then now we're like, let's go ahead and just pluck hairs from random people. Now we're like, oh wait a minute, hold on,
I mean, Lili could do it.
we're in a bad situation.
Well,
Lili would do it.
how about this, Lili? I appreciate, the thought, but maybe just a flower or a plant would probably suffice, don't you think?
No.
Anyways, I find this creepy. Please.
I mean, you kind of left her without saying goodbye.
Yes, but I don't know if having a giant plant would really make it up to her.
All right, but like, I kind of told her that you were in town and you didn't stop by.
What?
Yeah, it came up in conversation.
AKA, you couldn't lie.
She was pretty pissed.
It's okay. Just
You also shouldn't bring Groin with you when you go see her. That would be a very terrible idea.
But, hey,
hold on. What do you mean don't bring Groin with?
Look, there may or may not be some accidental stabbing, okay?
Accidental what?
Stabbing.
To who?
Hell hath no fury like a woman scorned. Just, you'd be wise to remember that.
What did he do?
Well, Eve and I were talking to Miriam, and, he was the one that instigated the whole thing with, like, the bush and the ghosts and the gnome living, like, in the bush and stuff, and, that kind of ruined her uncle's life, and,
Whoa, hold on a sec. You're telling me the lie that I told her uncle ruined his life?
oh yeah.
I don't know if you were here for that episode
No,
when
he
they
was
found out what
not.
happened.
It was just me and Eve.
Was that? Yeah, that was during the
That
little
was the
R&R
R&R
episode.
episode, yeah.
Oh god, that shit was hilarious.
You're saying that my deception caused her uncle to have a traumatic breakdown?
More than a traumatic breakdown, yes. He turned into a drunk. He's better now.
Okay.
Don't worry, he's better now.
A
Is
drunk
it-
conspiracy theorist that was convinced ghosts were after him all the
Oh,
time.
Yeah, that. Listen to the voice from the sky, that.
Inazuma is now emoting like the dark lines that you see in anime. It's like he turns purple and he's got like these lines coming down. He's like super like just depressed now. He's like he can't believe he caused this traumatic.
Okay, oh, but no. See, it's better. I actually blamed myself for that. Because I should have done. I should have said that was. I should have said something. And he's much better. I got him a job at the Lyceum. And his life has just turned around now.
Oh well, that's good.
Okay.
Wow, maybe okay. Well, maybe we should handle this tomorrow. I think I just need to go to sleep.
Oh, okay.
But thank you.
Seriously, the gift. Can't recommend it enough.
And Zuma, do you head back to Eve's house? Or no?
Yes, I do.
Okay. You'll head back to Eve's house. Lili, you get back to your books, and as we established, you in crew level exhaustion, and you have.
Before passing out, I would actually like to go find a book on brewery.
Okay, there are literally hundreds of them.
One on safety.
Okay, you locate one. I don't know if you're reading it yet or not, but
Yeah,
do,
I
you do
read it
have
and
one.
just start writing things down.
Okay. So I'll just say you quickly summarize some notes from a book on brewery and being safe. And this one in particular is one that roll me a quick investigation check. We're wrapping it up at the end here. Yeah. Easy enough. This one in particular is one you kind of had the common sense to go, we need one on magical brewery because they're insane. And it details certain ways to kind of help yourself not explode when mixing potentially volatile components. And other things like that. So you get some good information there. And then go back to your delicious books. Oz and the group here. There are several bars to answer your question. Several taverns.
Yeah.
Hillsfar has an insane nightlife. And Oz, you've seen one other city with a nightlife that compares to this one, and it was Grey Sail.
Your boy's gonna stop off at a bar.
You're gonna stop off at a bar? Are you all stopping, or?
I mean, if he's stopping, I'm stopping. Yeah.
Okay. Eve?
Are we gonna spend a whole night out?
I mean, you don't have to.
You're gonna end up in jail again, Oz.
He's got. Wait, you were in jail?
Yes, he was in jail. That's where we found him.
It was a misunderstanding. They were framing me.
You were literally asking after
bastards.
the Viscount. Why?
That's my business. He's a friend.
Right. The person who has to
Well-
kill people for their gods is asking
He's a
after the
friend of a
Viscount.
friend.
Don't say that out loud. You crazy.
That's why I leaned in and said that.
Just don't worry about it.
He's a friend of a friend.
Right. Anyway, would you like me to leave Zyra with you so you don't get lost again?
Nah, I think I got it. I know where the house is this time.
Nah.
You've got him,
Oz,
Groin?
we're gonna need it. We're gonna need it.
Okay.
You sure?
Dude, we're gonna get shit faced. Okay, we're gonna need it.
Fair. This is fantasy Uber.
I'll just leave Anixia instead.
Okay. So you leave your undead pseudo dragon with Oz and Groin in the middle of Hillsfar. Got it.
Make sure they don't get
So a
lost and get back
tiefling, a
to
dwarf, and a dragon walk into a bar.
Zuma, are you with Oz or are you with Eve?
With Oz.
Okay.
There was an elf there too.
Zuma was still back at the House of Knowledge.
He could catch up with you guys pretty quickly.
Okay.
His exchange with Lili was not very long.
Gotcha.
Enjoy your guys' drink.
And you guys enter into one of the first bars that you see. This is a absolutely massive bar. It is called the Axe of Lightning. And Zuma, that kind of perks your ears up a little bit.
Did you say wax of lightning?
No, I said the Axe of Lightning. Are you what?
It sounded like wax.
Anyways,
Don't worry, it's now called the Wax of Lightning.
Yeah,
It's a candle shop, actually.
Yeah, you walk in, it's now a candle shop that makes candles that hold spells within them, and when you break the candle, they explode. That's not my concept. I stole that. Anyways, you walk into the bar and it is bustling with life. I mean, there are waitresses and waiters going back and forth tables, and there's a barkeep trying to keep up with the amount of people at the bar. There's tons of people. There's a couple of empty seats, but not very many. There's one booth in the back that looks like it hasn't been taken. And you also notice something interesting pretty much right away is that this bar has a huge bounty board posted up on the back of the bar. And that is where we're going to leave off tonight.
Word.
Good session.
Good session. All right, be right back, guys.
Whew. I'm like, oh god, Groin's gonna leave. Oh no. Oh god.
Yeah. Okay, are we all done?
Yeah, we're done.